to transition. Hello, everybody out there. Everybody can see now we are going to have a special guest today. Which is Smeagol or Gollum, depending on what mood he's in. He's smiling, so it's gotta be Smeags. Hey, Smeags. Brandon is on a quick assignment, so he has a stand-in for him while
we'll be kind of quiet
while he's out. So he's gonna be a little quiet. I feel like I should still have my headphones on, like just in case.
in case the cardboard thing does say something.
Yeah, then that'll be a very interesting what happens. Oh, nice. Jack just finished rehearsing new Planetarium show. That's fun. And Magnolia iced tea. That sounds good. It's okay, Susanna. We're happy to have you here this time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we're here. We're back. It's March. No, it's not March. Well, technically it's not. No, it is March. Today is the 1st of March.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This year's going by too fast.
This year's... Check out our episode on time.
We have to add that to the drinking rules.
I know. All right, so speaking of time, Brandon should be back in about 20 minutes or so he'll just pop on in when he's ready. I say we start the official show like this, and then I'll switch us maybe to the, and then when he returns. That way people aren't confused when Brandon comes back in. Literally looks like blood. Ooh. This looks good. Is Magnolia iced tea?
Oh, okay. All right, so we have Magnolia.
Ooh, it kind of like mine then, Jack. Mine looks a little bloody. There.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. All the sparkles are on the bottom.
Yeah, damn it.
Interesting. That's okay. All right. I don't have Brandon here to give me a count in.
So we have Magnolia iced tea.
Starbucks Tango tea. Oh, I missed that. Starbucks Tango tea.
Hazy Paul Anka.
Hazy Paul Anka. That sounds like a beer.
Yeah.
Nice. You know what? I missed Halloween as well, Jack. I mean, I think subconsciously, I miss Halloween all year round.
Except at Halloween.
But then I know it's going to be gone so far, so it's like I already miss it. Oh, an Olipop. Those are supposed to be... Are those good? I've heard they're like supposed to be good for you sodas. But, I mean, you know... Those kind of things tend to taste like shit, so...
All right, in 5, 4.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Cosmos with Cosmos. I'm Liz.
I'm Mike.
And Brandon is out on a quick assignment, so he has a stand-in right now. Good old Smeagol joining us and not saying a damn thing.
Yeah, well, Smeagol didn't get the outline, so...
He did not get the outline. He does not know what we're talking about today. Right but Brandon will pop back in when he's back from assignment, so we'll take it... just to us right now. We'll let Smeagol just kind of hang out, and we'll check in on him. We'll check in on Smeags and see how he's doing. We'll do a Smeag check.
I should probably put my phone right here.
But welcome everybody to High in the Sky for March 2026. We literally before in the pre-show ramblings, which you can only see if you're with us live. We just had the epiphany that it was March 1st.
Right? No. But it's like Does it say the shot?
Oh, it does say the shot. I wasn't going to use the screen at all. So we'll switch it out. There we go. Back.
All right. No, I had already forgotten the topic.
Oh, that it was High in the Sky episode. That's how everything's going. Everybody, nice rainy day. Brains not all here, and fellowship not all here.
I have not even had a drink.
I know. We even had I made a big omelet for breakfast and everything. Yeah. Anyway, it's High in the Sky. But we had those omelets so we could prepare for the drinks that we're drinking. So what are you drinking, Mike?
Well, my drink name was going to be what your drink name was.
My last minute, let me find something random to name it.
Yeah, but I switched over to K218B.
Ah.
It's kind of in the same vein, though.
Yeah.
This is nothing more than cinnamon whiskey with cranberry juice and orange juice. Top with
Classic.
orange juice.
Classic. And I'm drinking what he wanted to name his drink, the Whoa G64.
It's just because I wanted to go, whoa!
And this is just really a Clover Club with Monkey 47 gin, because I was watching some random YouTube video and Gordon Ramsay was on it. It was this last meals thing, and he talked about Monkey 47 being his favorite gin, and I was like, he's British, he knows gin. I want to try this gin and see how I like it, and it's great.
And so I just happened to be in a place of civilization earlier this week, and they had it.
Mm-hmm. And we'll find out what Brandon's drinking later, because he had to go drive somewhere, so he could not drink.
Smeagol's drinking something called
what's
Frodo's
Smeagol?
Finger.
Let's check in. Smeegs? Hi, Smeegs. What are you drinking today?
Frodo's Finger.
Frodo's Finger? Okay. Thanks, Smeegs. We'll see you. All right. If you like our shenanigans, follow us on all the things, Drinking Cosmos, on Twitter, Cosmos with Cosmos, everywhere else. And check out our short form episodes, The Shot with Cosmos, out every other Wednesday. Just had one come out recently that you did about a lost photograph, which was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. And of course, join us on The Hangover that follows the main episode. You can find those only on YouTube or joining us on our live shows. But also, if you like us, you might like people we know, which is Wildixia on Etsy, Wildixia. Our good buddy Ron, the MrProctorShow.com. Yeah. He is over hanging out at the Noir Lab over in Tucson and Kitt Peak. He does YouTube videos with chickens and blender tutorials, so he's awesome. He's fun. He's got a great mustache. Check him out.
And I just found out the other day we can't have chickens here, so Ron would be very upset about that.
We're not zoned for chickens or livestock.
We get them anyway.
And if you're in Council Bluffs, Iowa, check out the Rolling Bluffs Planetarium with our good buddy Jack. All right, he'll take you to a new show. He's practicing a new show. All right, so you can check him out and see all that wonderment. I know, Jack, I saw you just took the portable dome out to like a mall or something. So that's cool. Portable domes are really fun, so check him out. Now we do have some rules for the show, or a little game, if you will. If we make any nerdy references to Star Wars or Lord of the Rings,
it does not count with Smeegs.
It doesn't count with Smeagol. Oh, Smeegs checking. I gotta make sure he's still... All right, same. He's just so happy.
You could look right over there.
Well, no, but it's funner, so everybody can see Smeegs.
It's more fun.
It's more fun. It's funner. It's more funner. I talk perfect fine English, speak.
American.
All right. High in the sky. You ready? Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Are you ready out there? Oh, by the way, like and subscribe. You ready out there? Like and subscribe and get
Susanna's
high.
Watching.
In the sky for
Susanna's
March.
watching, so you got to do the like and subscribe.
March 2026. We're recording this live on the first day of March.
Right.
So this episode, if you're listening to it later or watching it later, then it is the following Saturday. Depending on when you're watching it, it's after the 1st of March, but still in the beginning of March. And our constellation highlight this month is one that we've probably done before, but I don't care because I like it and wanted to talk about it again, and that is Canis Major.
Big dog.
The big dog. Or greater dog.
What is wrong? I mean, there's nothing wrong with like talking about the dogs and cats in the sky. You know?
Is there a cat? There's no cats.
Well, there's lions. There's cats. There's big cats.
There's big cats, but there's no little cats, which is weird because cats were so dominant in ancient Egyptian society.
Right.
Why are there no fucking cats up there?
Right.
Did the Greeks not have cats?
Probably not to the extent like the Egyptians did.
Little cats?
Oh, you know they had them because they had to get rid of all the little Greek mice and stuff.
All the little Greek...
Yeah.
All the little mice running around in little togas.
Yeah.
Little laurel leaves on their head. Running their little mice senates. Talking about their little mice philosophies.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, God, this feels like this would be
and then
the perfect
Then the Persian
show.
cats come in.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole ancient history with cats and mice. Somebody do it. Somebody make that. I will watch that in a heartbeat. That sounds amazing.
We should make it into a Planetarium show.
But we're not talking about cats or mice.
Yeah, we are.
Mice or mics. We're talking about big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Big dogs. Big dogs like Leia. General Leia Organa. One of the biggest dogs there. No, she's not. But she's a big dog.
No.
She's a big dog.
In
So
our house.
our big dog, Canis Major, it is a wintertime constellation. It's a great time to see it right now. It's a large constellation and it's a bright constellation. And it's also right by a very famous constellation, Orion the Hunter. So
Yep.
Orion's a very identifiable, easily identifiable constellation in the sky. And the big dog is just to the east of Orion.
Hey, Brad Rush.
Hey, Brad. So what was I talking about?
You don't know.
Where
I was so distracted by Brad.
Okay, it's to the east of Orion. So, as we always recommend, a star map application on your phone. It can help you identify and find where things are in the night sky, or go to your local planetarium.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in Phoenix, Arizona, go to Mesa. Or up to Flagstaff. Anyway, one of the reasons that the big dog is so famous is it does include the brightest star in the nighttime sky. And I'm serious when I say it's Sirius. Sirius is the name of the star.
It's such a cliche dad joke, no.
We should always take drinks to my cliche dad joke. So yes, everybody take a drink to that. I'll take a drink to myself anytime. All right, so I don't have my watch on, so hopefully I notice when Brandon texts he's back.
That's why I grabbed it back.
So Sirius, which also may sound familiar for any Harry Potter fans out there, Sirius Black, that comes directly from the star. A lot of the night sky was very inspirational to She Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yes.
Anyway, a lot of times people consider that or think that the North Star is supposed to be the brightest star in the night sky because it is most known for its navigational uses. But Polaris, the North Star, is not the brightest star. It's not even like one of the brightest, really.
50.
It's
really not brightest star, I think.
It's really not that bright. But it is fairly noticeable just because there aren't a lot of bright stars surrounding Polaris. And being pretty on the pole, if you observe it for long enough, you're not going to see it move like the other stars do.
So go out tonight, just stare at it. Do not blink your eyes.
Don't
it'll disappear.
blink. Do not
blink. What is it? Was it?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yeah. That's what
So back to Sirius. Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, it is about 8.6 light years away, so it's fairly close. So a combination of its proximity to Earth as well as its intrinsic brightness, which it has a high intrinsic brightness, contributes to it being so bright for us in our sky. And I didn't know this before, it is gradually moving closer to the solar system. I guess I never thought about it or never heard that before to incorporate it into the things I talked about when I would talk about Sirius in a planetarium show. So it's actually going to be getting brighter over the next 60,000 years.
Wow.
So buy tickets now, folks.
You know where I learned that fact? I'll tell you. I learned it this morning right over there when I read
reading
the notes.
my notes. So you didn't know it either?
I didn't know it either.
You heard it here first. The more you know. And it will actually stay the brightest star in the night sky for the next 210,000 years.
All right.
And then after that, Vega in the constellation of Lyra will be the next brightest star.
What movie did Vega star prominently in?
What movie did Vega?
It was a Jeopardy clue that we saw the other night.
Was it?
Contact. So the alien signal originates from Vega.
Okay, yeah. Well, that wasn't that, but Vega was a part of the Jeopardy.
Where Ellie is on the car with the headphones.
Yeah. I was just thinking of like Dragon Ball Z, but it's Vegeta. I don't know why, but I know nothing about Dragon Ball Z, so I was like very confused. Another crazy fact about Sirius is that due to Earth's wobble, aka precession, as it wobbles as it rotates, Sirius will be the southern pole star around 66,270 AD.
Wow. So then it'll have a really bright pole star, which
Yeah, very bright pole star, which the southern hemisphere doesn't have any pole star right now,
right
and so it's
now.
eventually gonna get a really fucking bright one.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, and it'll only be visible from the southern part of the sky.
Well, you know what's crazy is I have to think about it because I'm in the northern hemisphere. I'm up here 40 degrees up,
Uh-huh.
whatever it is, near 45 degrees up. And so to me, it's
Right?
it's it's in the north, right?
Yeah.
But it's really below the equator, it's in the south. And so because of the wobble, yes,
Yeah,
it would
it's
go
gonna go
towards.
down towards the
But
south.
meanwhile, I'm like, no, it's got to be like a North Star at some point. But no, it's yeah, cool.
Nope, it's gonna be a southern.
Because it's pretty far from any pole right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
But Vega will be the future North Star in about 12,000
yes,
years from now
yes.
due to the
Earth.
precession, Earth's wobble. So, fun times with Sirius. Oh, by the way, it's also not just one star, it's a binary system.
Oh, Sirius, yes.
Sirius, by most stars, tend to be multiple star systems. And the Sirius system, it is 200, 300 million years old. Sirius A is 2 times massive, more massive than the sun, and 25 times more luminous, whereas Sirius B is a white dwarf. It's what our sun will be when it exhausts all its fuel, and it became a white dwarf 120 million years ago. So it's kind of a baby white dwarf. It's a newborn. It's a newborn dead star.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up when Sirius B was discovered. I want to say it was discovered in the 1800s.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. You would have had to have like a decent telescope to be able to spot it, being a white dwarf.
Oh yeah. January 31st, 1862. It was the first white dwarf star ever discovered.
Oh,
They
look at
didn't know
that.
what it was though. They didn't know that it had that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I think it's the first white dwarf.
Oh, that's cool.
1862.
Good on you, Sirius.
Oh shit, we just a month ago just had the anniversary,
Oh!
January 31st, 1862.
Damn, I need to get on the astronomy news better because that would have been a good like shot topic. Anyway,
We can still make it a shot
that's
topic.
true. That's true. But I like it when it's timely.
I'm
with
gonna
things.
steal it from you.
Okay. In the constellation of Canis Major, there's also some deep sky objects. Now, the great thing about Canis Major's placement is that the Milky Way goes right through it. So that is where you can see that is the dust of we're looking through the plane of our Milky Way to the center of the Milky Way. So it gets denser. There's more shit in that direction that you can see. And when
Actual
I say shit,
astronomy term.
and when I say more shit, I mean amazing, awesome sights of the universe. We're beginning to go into, I guess, galaxy season. So it's like where amateur astronomers, they do like little galaxy hunts at like star parties and stuff. And it's like this whole like, there's like marathon things and whatever, and how many fucking Messier objects you can spot and all this kind of shit. So it's a good time. It's a good time of year, even though it's a horrible time of year because it's freaking cloudy and rainy.
Well, for us,
at least in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, for us. Clear for like Susanna and all that kind of stuff. But I think right now though, aren't we peering out of the galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so in the summer we peer towards the sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so there are many open star clusters in Canis Major. Some examples of those are M41. This is a open star cluster that is 2,300 light years away, and it basically kind of covers the apparent size in the sky of a full moon.
Oh, pretty big.
So it's pretty big, but the actual cluster is a little bigger, 25 light years in diameter.
Oh yeah.
So big bundle of stars, and it primarily has blue, yellow, and orange stars in it. There's also NGC 2360, which is also known. Oh, Brandon's not here. Which is also, let's tell Smeagol this fact, and he can, and for Brandon, he can tell Smeagol's. This is for Brandon. There's also NGC 2360, which is known as Caroline's cluster. After
Oh,
Caroline Herschel, who discovered it. And Brandon's a big fan of the Herschel. So, Smeeks, you can share that.
yeah. When he gets back, you
Share
can
that with
share it
him
with him.
when he gets back. Let's just stay hanging out with Smeeks here. I feel like he's lonely and I feel bad. NGC 2362, also known as Caldwell 64. It's a. Oh, I didn't say anything about Caroline's cluster. I got so distracted by being a Herschel. 15 light years in diameter, 3,700 light years away, and 2.2 billion years old.
So young.
Yeah, I guess so, actually, yeah. Okay, and then Caldwell 64 is 5,200 light years away. It only has 60 stars. So it's like a very open cluster. 60 stars. When these other clusters have hundreds in it. It's what?
This is Carolyn's cluster?
No, Caldwell 64.
Oh, Caldwell.
Yeah, only 60 star, and the brightest is Tau Canis Majoris.
Tau Canis Majoris.
Canis
so whatever
Majoris.
Number that is in the Greek alphabet, is it?
That's that one, and I didn't look up any other information about Tau Canis Majoris. So I leave that homework to you, good fine folks.
Sounds kind of like a Harry Potter spell.
Tau, everything sounds like a fucking Harry Potter spell.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
All right, now there is some mythology behind Sirius, and that's because it's one of the, behind Canis Major, I'm so obsessed with Sirius now, because it's one of, the Ptolemaic constellations, the ancient Greeks wrote shit about it, other constellations, it's bright, it's in the northern hemisphere, so we got a lot of stories about it. In ancient Mesopotamia, so going way back when, Sirius was an arrow pointing towards Orion, or what we consider Orion. The stars below it were the bow, and then later Sirius was linked to the warrior Ninurta and the bow to Ishtar. Now the Greeks, of course, are the most notable ones associated with constellation stories. And so the Greeks, instead of an arrow, they replace the arrow and the bow with a dog. Now there's multiple like all Greeks, there's 10,000 billion stories that go along with one thing. Everybody is like a game of telephone all through Greeks. But it represents a dog named Laelaps, and Laelaps was either a gift from Zeus to Europa, or it was Orion's hunting dog. It's referred in this manner by Aratus, Homer, and Hesiod. So, some writers,
My brain
prominent
immediately
writers.
went to Homer Simpson.
Oh, no. Or it was a gift from Aurora to Cephalus that was such a fast fucking dog that Zeus was like, this is going to the stars. Gotta appreciate this fast dog. So that means it must have been like a greyhound or something.
All I know is that in the planetarium that I used to work at, he looked like just something that went through Chernobyl.
Yeah, it was a rough looking dog.
It was a rough looking dog.
It's like one of the dogs in like a Sarah McLachlan commercial,
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh no.
Yeah, you gotta get that.
Oh no.
You gotta get that dog some help.
No one's gonna adopt that dog.
Yeah, right.
So next we have Arabic, which they called Al-Kalb Al-Akbar, which equals the greater dog. So the Arabics just also saw a dog. Which makes sense. Right there.
There it is. Yeah.
Because if you look at the constellation, and again, Google it. I know I should put more graphics and stuff up, but I'm just lazy. But it does kind of look like it looks like a four-legged thing in its stick form. And with a head and four legs and stuff. So you can get a dog out of it.
Yeah.
Unlike the little dog above it, which is just two stars.
Line.
It's a one line between two stars. That's all it is. It's like, all right, we're taking
Speaking
a little
of
liberties.
lazy, that's lazy.
That's very. And
They're we need one more constellation. Oh, what are we gonna do? Oh, it's a straight line. There's your arrow right there.
Yeah, I know,
but
right?
No,
it's a little dog.
Dogs.
I mean, were dachshunds even a thing? I don't think so. I think that came later with the Westminsters.
I don't know. They were on Noah's boat.
With the AKCs. Anyway, the Maori.
New Zealand.
They referred to the big dog as the Assembly of Rahua. I'm not going to do the New Zealanders, the Maori, any disservice by trying to pronounce the actual Maori name.
No, because we do want to go
there. We do want to visit there, and we have a great appreciation. So I'm not going to be that person that butchers it. But this actually included both dogs, and some other stars that were in the area, and they had various names for them.
Speaking of which, our dog is
And I
dreaming.
know. And Sirius was called Rehua and Takarua. And then in Australia, the Tharumba tribe, they called Canis Major was Woonbala, which was it just said bat, and I'm not sure if that meant like an animal bat or like the name was bat.
Oh yeah.
But and then it was Woonbala and two wives, Mrs. Brown Snake and Mrs. Black Snake. So it was Bat, Mrs. Brown Snake, and Mrs. Black Snake. And so the story apparently goes that they were bored of following their husband around. The woman tried to bury him while he was hunting in a wombat hole or something.
Okay.
He spears them, and then all three are placed in the sky as the constellation Manaura.
That's a that's a marriage counseling story right there.
You know what?
that's
It's actually kind of funny because it made me think of the Seven Sisters story
right.
with Subaru and how
Mm-hmm.
like the men were out hunting and all the wives had to eat were fucking onions because they ran out of fucking food. So the husbands came home, the wives smelled like onions,
And made him sleep outside.
and made him sleep outside. And the wives were like, "What the fuck? We've been here waiting for you to bring back food. We had nothing to eat, and you dare kick us out?" And so then they just left.
Well,
They left. No, they're like, fine, we're just gonna go up into the stars.
right.
So
They had
left.
a magic rope. They got him up there.
Yeah, they went into the stars, and then the husbands got lonely, and then tried to chase after the wives in forgiveness, and the wives were like, no.
Yeah, the wives are the Pleiades. The husbands are the Hyades.
Yeah. So don't give your wife shit for smelling like onions.
No, wait a minute. Why did the wife want to kill him?
They were bored of following him around while he was hunting. They were bored, so like, let's just get rid of this motherfucker.
So really, kind of not the same situation, but
no, but it's why don't fuck around, don't mess with wives. Oh, bye, Smeeks.
This is a bit of a stretch
Bye,
on this one, I
Smeeks.
think.
I don't think it's a bit of a stretch. Hold on, we gotta put our headphones back on because it looks like Brandon has returned from his assignment, and I will unmute him. He can't hear us yet because his headphones aren't on. Now his headphone is in. He can hear us. He's unmuted. Welcome back to the show, Brandon.
Oh, dear Lord. Thank you.
Smeagol was a very good sit-in. He was very respectful.
Yeah,
I hope so.
He said a lot of things. He contributed.
He was great.
Okay, well, now I'm concerned he's going to take my spot, so...
I think
Gonna-
you'd be
I
think
think
you'd be safe.
we might have him
Safe.
do it.
Well, you got back just in time because we just finished talking about the big dog, and now we're going to move on to what else is in the goddamn sky for March 2026.
Not a lot.
Like some planets. We got some planets up there.
Cool.
Mercury, I believe, is going to be low in the western sky in the
Okay,
morning.
so after sunset?
I think. Mars, not going to happen. Not happening for Mars. Venus is going to be low in the western sky after sunset. Jupiter is also going to be hanging out through the nighttime sky. In fact, I went outside, not last night because it's been raining, but it was like a couple nights ago. It's been pretty clear and just been seeing Jupiter make its way closer to the moon and hanging out with it. So it's been great to see Jupiter. Saturn will be low in the western sky after sunset, and Uranus and Neptune, you need binoculars for, but they'll also be heading in that same direction because yesterday, we're filming this live on March 1st, and on the 28th, there was the Planetary Parade, which there was a lot of stuff on social media that was not what it was actually going to look like at all in the sky.
That's the way it always is.
It
though.
always is. I mean, it was basically Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn that are heading to the west, but they weren't like right all next to each other or anything, and they're always aligned. Here's the thing, everyone's like, planetary alignment, it's like they're always aligned. We're all on the same plane of the solar system, so they're always aligned in the sky. It's just when you can see that many at once at night or right before sunrise or right after sunset or something, it's not often that we see them all at the same time because of orbital dynamics, Jack in chat says he did 8 public shows yesterday just to debunk that stuff from Facebook AI.
Yeah, I remember there was some time, it had to do with Mars. Mars was at opposition,
Mm.
and
Oh,
they
where
were
it was
like,
gonna get like really big in the fucking sky
yeah,
or
they were
whatever.
like, Mars is gonna be as big
And
as
it's
the
gonna
full
be
moon in the sky.
super tides on Earth.
Yeah, and it was like, well, and I remember saying like in the planetarium show, like, if you ever see Mars, that is that big,
We got a problem.
we got
We
problems,
got a
and
problem.
so it's
We got a
not good. We don't want that.
No. So check out the planets when they're up. And again, that star app on your phone can help you identify them. If you're unsure if something bright you're seeing is a planet or not, first look if it twinkles. If it does twinkle, it's going to be a star. If it doesn't twinkle, it's a good chance it's a planet, depending on where you're actually looking at in the sky. But that star app, you can point right at it and it'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, yay, there's
That whole
there's
twinkle
Jupiter.
test is your first test.
The
It's
twinkle
not
test.
the twinkle
Oh,
test.
that's nice.
Oh, I wonder if fairies have to go through a twinkle test before they get their wings.
I'm always annoying when I'm watching a movie or playing the game or something, and I'm looking at the sky and none of them are twinkling. I'm like, dear Lord, there's so many planets.
I know, right? It's like they gotta twinkle, people. Now, there are a few celestial events happening in March. Now, we did talk about this in the February episode, but I wasn't sure when the high in the sky for this episode was going to hit. But on March 3rd, there is a total lunar eclipse happening. If you are in Eastern Asia, Australia, just the Pacific Ocean, or and North America, you can see it. In fact, the West Coast, we are in luck for this one, except you're gonna have to be up at 3:33 a.m. on the West Coast of the
Setting my
United
alarm
States.
now.
So there's that. Otherwise, it's 11:33 a.m. Universal Time.
What time universal?
11:33 a.m.
Okay.
So yeah, so March 3rd, total lunar eclipse. So the moon is gonna turn into a blood moon. Ooh.
No need for us to worry about it.
No, the moon will end up looking red. Oh, is it gonna be
It's gonna be
cloudy? Right?
cloudy.
Yeah, cool. Of course it will be. It'll look different shades of red or brownish or ruddiness, depending on the particulates in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So, yay! Now, March 8th, something for us here in the United States, unless you live in Arizona or whatever other state doesn't do daylight savings time.
Hawaii?
Hawaii, Arizona, parts of Indiana. I have
Oh, man.
lived in all three.
Parts of Indiana. Like, how fucked up is the time in Indiana that they're just like, wait,
I don't know
what
why,
time are you?
but I have spent significant time in all three places.
You've been to a lot of places.
I've only been to 4 places.
But daylight savings time for us here in the United States is March 8th. That is when we will spring forward.
Boo.
I know.
Right? We don't like that?
No,
No,
we like.
we
Okay,
don't
yeah,
like it because
boo.
then it stays light out until like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
and it ruins telescope viewing because we want to go to bed early.
You know, I've been in states that have done daylight savings for about 10 years now, and it still confuses me when and how.
Yeah, I don't. So spring forward, or springing forward, everybody. But also on this date, something to look forward to. Venus and
On the 8th?
Saturn on the 8th.
Okay.
Venus and Saturn will be up about the width of a thumb, held at arm's length apart after sunset in the west.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So they'll be really close together right after sunset in the west. So you can check that out and then go set your clocks forward. Or no, wait, it would have been set your clocks. I don't know.
The previous night.
The previous night. But coming up also in March 20th.
Wait a minute, who sets their clocks forward? We're all on cell phones that just automatically.
Well,
And oven,
ovens,
no, the oven
microwave.
just stays that time for the whole year.
Oh.
Like whatever it's set at, it stays that
No,
time.
I switched the oven and the microwave.
Microwave. All right,
we
fair.
do have an
That's
analog.
fair.
We do have that analog math clock.
Oh, that's
I have to
fair.
change winter's feeder time. So a lot of things. But March 20th, happy spring!
Hey!
It's the spring equinox.
We did it.
We did it.
I think something else is the 20th. Let me just double check. Doop-a-doop-a-doop.
Is it your mom's birthday?
No, but that's coming up real soon.
Is it the fellowship weekend?
No,
It
because
is.
that's right after the birthday.
That we never do.
You're right. Yeah, so March 20th is also when Project Hail Mary comes out.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's right.
Nice.
And if you want
Amaze.
to learn more about
Amaze.
Andy Weir, stay for the Hangover when we have book club.
Book club about
Oh
Martian
shit!
that
I
we all
forgot about
finished
book
like
club.
2 months ago, and we should do the next book
I
club like
forgot all about book club.
we should do next book club like next episode because it's so fresh in my mind because I just finished the Calculating Stars and then get back to a normal schedule.
All right, so we're gonna do the book club next time.
No, we're gonna do Martian this time, and then we should do Calculating Stars next time.
I'll read the book.
It's
I read it a couple years ago, so it's not
Oh, you
fresh
haven't
in my
started
mind.
it yet? Okay, we'll give
No,
you time to read it because I just
I'll
finished
read
it.
it in a week. It's a good read.
It
Anyway,
is,
sorry,
yes.
I got us off track.
All right. So, yay. Oh, I didn't put the date of the full moon. I just put full moon, and there was nothing else to it. So
All right.
Well, we can extrapolate because we have the new moon on the 18th.
on the 18th, so 2 weeks before that, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So around the 4th.
Around the 4th.
Wait a minute, hold
Oh,
on.
wait, no, the lunar eclipse. You
Yeah,
have
it's
to have
the
a full
eclipse.
moon for a total lunar eclipse, so it's on March 3rd. God, jeez.
We're doing great today.
You don't even know, Brandon. It's been.
Oh, I
It's
have
already-
ideas.
It's already been an episode. The new moon is on the 18th. I never talk about the new moon, but the new moon is on the 18th. So that's going to be, if you got clear skies, that's a good time to look up at the stars because you won't have that moonlight interrupting your view. of
It'll be
shit.
cloudy here.
Yes. Oh, I forgot to do this month in astronomy. Fuck, man.
Wait a minute. The new moon is gonna be hanging with the sun. You're not gonna see it anyway.
Yeah, no, that's why it's the best time to go look at the night sky.
Oh, look at the night
when
sky.
it's-
Okay.
Well, if you don't have clouds, because you don't have the
I
moonlight.
have a headphone that like covers my ear
No,
and
but I don't open one up.
open my ear.
Well, yeah, just open it up. Pop your ear out. Okay. I forgot to do this month in astronomy based on the calendar that we got for Christmas that has cool facts on what happened this month in astronomy, so sorry. So let's skip on to astronomy news. Recent astronomy headlines around the world.
I like that. This is a lazy dance. But
Well,
I feel like I gotta dance.
In my mind, I was trying to put together like a cool score, astronomy news now, action 4 news, but I couldn't quite get it out, so I just had my brain died.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So our first little bit of astronomy news. One of the biggest stars in the universe
Me.
might be getting ready to explode.
Whoa.
Ooh. This comes from phys.org, a study led by Gonzalo Munoz Sanchez at the National Observatory of Athens. The enormous star is
Whoa.
G64. So WOH G64 is the name of the star. It has transitioned from a red supergiant to a rare yellow hypergiant. Here is an image of it, courtesy of ESO's Very Large Telescope Interferometer. And so this may be evidence of an impending supernova.
I'm just saying, looks like a great eye.
It does look like it is. There's already Sauron's eye. Isn't there? Wasn't there something that was already looked like Sauron's eye? So now that we said that, though, we need to drink.
Mm-hmm.
So here you go.
We
Because
have to drink that?
we mentioned, yeah. Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong
Oh.
button.
But is that okay?
So this star, the data comes from 2014. And this star is actually in the Large Magellanic Cloud, so it's in the small and large Magellanic Clouds are regular galaxies that our Milky Way galaxy is gobbling up. We're nomming on it. It's a good
What's that
little nom
called?
nom nom. Gobbling up. Oh, galactic. Well, it's galactic cannibalism. It's
yeah.
galactic cannibalism. Which I love, galactic cannibalism. If I was a galaxy, I guess I'd be a cannibal. Because I don't know why I started that. It was discovered in the 1970s.
Okay.
I don't know. It's 1,500 times
Oh,
the radius of the sun.
that's a big
Why
boy.
do astronomers say radius instead of diameter? Why? Because the diameter is the full width of the sun so to speak, and then you do radius into like half of that. So then you got to do more math to see it doesn't make sense. Why are we using radius all the time instead of diameter? I get very mad about this because I'm like, I'm too lazy to then now find out what the diameter is because that seems like it'd be more impressive than the radius. I got to do it's 30 times.
Hey, guess what, everybody? The diameter is 1,500 times the diameter of the sun, which incidentally is 1,500 times the radius.
I don't get it. Isn't radius half of the diameter?
Yeah.
If you would like more Liz rants, press 1.
I mean, this is why I got a D in geometry, so we'll just...
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's radius or diameter.
It's still the same?
The takeaway, no, they are not the same. However, the takeaway is, no matter what, this star is 1,500 times the radius of the sun, also 1,500 times the diameter of the sun. No matter what unit you're working,
How
it's
many
gonna
more
be
Skittles is it?
42.
Okay, so it's just, it's not like then... Oh, I get it. Okay, so it's like if you said the radius was X, the diameter would be twice that, but because this is just saying it's this much greater than, the diameter is also this much, the same amount of greater than.
Yeah, then the
I
sun's
get it.
diameter.
I get it now.
Yeah, then the sun's diameter.
This is why he does all the math for me, because it just, numbers hit my head and just bounce off. It's like, we don't have time for this shit. Yeah, astronomers using multiplication is information gatekeeping.
Yeah, so really, all you need to do is 1,500 times the sun.
Okay, so it's a lot bigger than
It's
the
a
sun.
lot bigger than the sun.
Is the moral of that story. So in 2024 is photographed in detail, as you saw, by the Very Large Telescope Interferometer. So that dusty cocoon that was around the central star, they saw that, it confirmed mass loss during aging. And don't we always wish we could mass loss?
I can't
during
mass loss.
aging.
I've been trying to mass loss. I can't mass loss.
We can just cut off an arm. We lose
That's
the mass,
true. You
amount of
could
mouse
do
that way.
It doesn't grow back, so...
I like to use my arms.
I know. But now not all supergiants become hypergiants. But once a star does become a hypergiant, if it does, it's a very quick descent to Boomtown.
Now, when we say quick, it's probably not happening in your life.
No, yeah, but I mean,
but quick is a relative term.
Quick is a relative term. So large parts of the star was ejected away from the star. Now, this could possibly be to interactions with a companion star.
Okay.
Or it's getting ready to go big boom.
I hope big boom.
I mean, I'm hoping for big boom too, because...
Oh, what constellation is this guy in? Is it in there?
I didn't put that in there.
All right, was it not? Whoa.
Well, it's in the Large Magellanic Cloud, so it's going to be in the southern hemisphere.
Going to be in the southern, so we're not going to see it.
Yeah, so we won't see it.
I want to see a star go boom.
But so if it's going to go big boom, it's kind of in this what they're calling a pre-supernova super wind phase.
Okay.
So it's blowing a lot of materials coming up. So we're basically at the end of the day, we just got to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
We just gotta wait. It could be a wait as in 2 months from now. It could be a wait as in 500,000 years from now.
We must wait until we descend into Boomtown.
Into Boomtown.
Probably not 500,000 years.
No,
but,
it's probably less than that. I'm just throwing out a range, but oh, did I say what distance it is? How far away it is?
It's in a Large Magellanic
Large
Cloud.
Magellanic Cloud,
by
so.
which I didn't say what distance that is, but it's a lot. It's relatively.
Was it 75,000 light years?
So
I don't know. Keep talking. I'll look it up.
Look it up, because however far away it is, I mean, it could have already happened. We just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we just haven't seen it yet.
That's the trick with all of space. Everything could have already happened. We just haven't seen it yet because everything's so fucking far away.
160,000 light years away.
That was way off.
So most likely it has gone boom.
It's gone big boom. Descent into Boomtown coming this fall. Okay. Next bit of astronomy news, other things that are happening out there. Are there aliens broadcasting from Hycean World K218b? Astronomers just listened in. Ooh.
That is.
This is from Universe Today. So the star is K218. Oh, I'm sorry. The planet is K218b. It's 124 light years in the constellation of Leo the Lion. This planet is located in the habitable zone of its red dwarf parent star.
Oh, probably no life.
So James Webb, it shows an atmosphere that's rich in carbon dioxide and methane, which apparently...
Cow farts.
Methane is fun.
I know, cow farts. Which makes it a candidate for a Hycean world. I had never heard this term before, but apparently that a Hycean world is a planet that has a thick hydrogen-rich atmosphere that covers a global liquid water ocean. Somebody call Kevin Costner. We got the planet for him.
Hey, but you know the thing about methane though is that methane is easily broken apart with UV light, and so if you have a methane rich atmosphere, or if you have a bunch of methane in the atmosphere, that methane would not last very long. I mean, you're talking
replenished.
Yeah, it has to have a replenishing source.
The lifetime of methane in the atmosphere is like at most decades. I think like a couple decades, and that's it.
So you have to have a steady stream.
You have to have a steady stream.
A steady outgassing.
Steady outgassing from life.
A lot of Taco Bell.
Maybe. But also there are geological processes that do this too. But here on Earth, life.
Yeah. So that seems like it's pretty, like, it's like, ooh, this is a good candidate for habitability. Now, the study shows that there is likely no artificial narrowband radio signals that are equivalent to our technology level coming from the planet, despite millions of potential hits. Which basically means, hey, if there is life here, it is not advanced enough to figure out how to send radio signals, basically.
Or it's moved past it. It does it in some other fashion.
So this study was... I'm sorry, the two telescopes that were kind of used for this were the Carl G. Jansky Very Large Array in New Mexico, and the Meerkat Radio Telescope in South Africa, which is just the most adorable name of a telescope.
Like these little telescopes that just pop up.
I know, that would be really cute.
Pop up.
And then their little like, dishes look around. And they
the
pop
antenna
down.
has the
and then they scatter.
Yeah. And these are the most powerful radio telescopes that we have on the planet, and they use an advanced data filtering algorithm to remove all Earth-based radio signals that the telescope pick up. So they got to be able to filter out shit, because we're sending out all kinds of shit. And so they removed all data that fell within frequency bands that were known to be heavily contaminated by terrestrial interference. And really the way to kind of get around this altogether would be to have a radio telescope on the far side of the moon. That is like the best spot to avoid Earth interference, but we don't have that yet. So
one day,
we have to use filtering processes to get out all the garbage. So they also removed any signal with essentially no Doppler change, as that could have only come from Earth, because in space something's going to be either moving away or moving towards us. There's going to be some sort of Doppler effect on that signal. They also eliminated all signals that were within a signal-to-noise ratio of less than 10 or more than 100. Which I don't know what that means, because I don't know anything about radio signals, but that could mean that they also eliminated like relatively weak actual signals that were legit. But they had to, apparently, we have a lot of shit in that range, so they had to remove that. And they used what they call multi-beam analysis. So what it does is it formed coherent beams, in quotes, so it's not actually like, like you're not going to see like this beam of light. Form coherent beams across the sky, with one pointing directly at K218b and the other pointing elsewhere. And so a signal coming from the exoplanet would have appeared only in the beam pointed directly at it, while the earthbound interference would bleed into both beams at the same time. So they could isolate what was actually coming directly from the planet versus everywhere else.
So at the end of the day, they figured out it's coming from this planet.
So they basically found no signals that were coming from the planet that were in like the ranges that they could look for and stuff. So so basically saying that if there is if there is something there, it's not operating at the level of technology that we are. Because we
Or again,
well, no, so they
more technology.
it's the article says that because they're able to place upper bounds on the power of a transmitter from that system. So in terms of power, it would have been something equivalent to the Arecibo radar in Puerto Rico that has collapsed and is no longer there. And that's like the highest level that would have been.
Right, but you're just talking power at that point. You're not talking about the advancement of civilization.
Well,
so.
for like at least for radio signals.
Right,
So,
right,
yes,
right.
yeah.
So the idea is that we're in this like little sweet spot in human history where we're able to produce radio signals that get broadcast out into space, but that is not going to be our entire history. Eventually, we will stop sending out radio signals because we will move on to another form of communication that does not involve, sending out TV signals and things like that. And we're actually kind of moving towards that now because there's a lot of online stuff that happens.
Like us.
None of that stuff.
We're not going into space.
We're not going into space. So none of this actually gets broadcast out to space.
Oh, man.
And so you have this very like quote unquote short window of time where civilization probably is broadcasting out into space.
Yeah, we call that the horse and buggy age.
Yeah. So that's why I say that, it's either if there is life there, it hasn't gotten to it, or it's advanced past it.
It's probably good if aliens see us before the internet. Maybe. Not really.
There's never a good time for aliens to see us. Right? We don't have a face on. We're not ready.
We never.
The house is a mess.
We never have it on.
Yeah.
That's great. So again, the best way to really study to detect alien signals would to be build a telescope on the moon, which I have dubbed the Moonscope.
The Moonscope. I like that.
I mean, it's just an easy. So
we're going to copyright that. So NASA talk to us.
Moonscope. All right, moving on into other reaches of the universe, such as our solar system.
Hey, that's where we live.
Yeah, astronomers say they have solved one of Saturn's greatest mysteries. This article being found in multiple places. I pulled it from CTV News, which I don't even know what that is, but I did find it. I actually added the article twice into the notes before I put the notes, and I was like, wait a minute. I went to the second one I added, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, this is the same story as the other one that I got, just a different title.
Interesting fact. This was going to be a shot topic.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
You could have still done it. This is just a blip in an episode.
No, it's all right. Continue. I have my next shot topic.
All right. We're talking about Saturn's largest moon, Titan.
Hey.
Titan.
Wasn't there another moon? It was... All right, anyway, continue.
So Titan, what a moon, guys. It's larger than Mercury. I mean, it's got methane lakes and shit.
It's got an atmosphere.
It's got a thick-ass atmosphere. You could jump and flap your arms and kind of, like, fly for a little bit. Like,
yay.
Pretty freaking cool moon. It's also moving away from Saturn at about 11 centimeters per year, which I did not know.
And until this morning. Sitting right over there.
Wow, look at that. Yeah. So where did it come from? Where did it go? How did it form? Cotton Eye Joe. Do we know? It's not the first time we've done a Cotton Eye Joe joke on here. The lead author is Matija Cook, which I'm not pronouncing correctly in any way, shape, or form. It's CUK, and there's a little asterisk thing over the C. I don't know how that works, so apologies. But they are a research scientist at the SETI Institute in Mountain View, California. And so the research suggests that there was another moon.
That's where it is. Okay.
Maybe.
Yes, I remember.
Maybe, at least. Maybe. Possibly. It's not 100%, but maybe there was another moon. And so 500 million years ago, this moon collided with Titan and became part of Titan. Which, not unfamiliar to happen in the universe. In fact, there used to be another moon called Theia hanging around, or actually there's a planetesimal or a planet, and it collided with the Earth, and it formed our moon. And our moon's also moving away from us at a rate of 3.8 centimeters per year.
Yeah.
Which my mom shared a little Facebook story about that with us earlier today, and we did know about that moving away. But thank you, Mom, for sharing that.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned it in the
We have
podcast.
definitely
Yeah.
mentioned it.
I hope they name that past object Zeus. That way Titan can eat Zeus.
Oh, that's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
There is a name for a possible moon that I'll mention, or another lost moon. I don't know if it's actually the same moon, but anyway, we'll get there. So, this collision could have also created another one of Saturn's moons, Hyperion. And it was either a fragment of the other moon or debris from the collision. And Hyperion's the one that looks like
Spongy.
a sponge, yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, one of those weird like sea spongy kind of a thingies. Like
Yeah, it does.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Google it. Like a rough one. Anyway, so this also could have led to the formation of the rings. What?
Oh.
Now, the rings, I think the dominant hypothesis for the rings is that there was a moon, got too close, reached what's called the Roche limit. So Saturn's gravity had a pretty rough effect by ripping the moon apart, and then the debris of the moon formed the rings about 100 million years ago. That's the dominating hypothesis to how Saturn got its rings. So,
But this still
is
contributes
the
to
same
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It's basically like that same kind of premises. So, what is the evidence that this occurred? As far as for the ring part of it, that Titan could have perturbed some of the inner moons into more collisions, which then created the rings sometimes later. If this collision did, what? I just added a letter. I don't want to be an edit moon. Okay, so researchers found telltale signs of an ancient collision in Saturn's tilt, which is kind of, you can obviously see the tilt by Saturn's rings. It's tilted about 26.7 degrees off the plane of our solar system, and there has to be some sort of effect for a planet to have been tilted. Otherwise, I mean, they all form along the plane of the solar system. So something would have had to cause that tilt. Oh, Leia just needs attention. She always needs attention.
All right, we let him.
So previously, the explanation for Saturn's tilt was that gravitational disturbances from Neptune had caused Saturn's orbit to tilt over time.
Okay,
Um,
I have to look
That's
this up.
wild.
Neptune seems like such an odd choice.
Well-
It's really far away.
Uranus would be more
Well,
of a candidate.
apparently that they were kind of that Neptune and Saturn were kind of like in sync in a way and somehow. Or they looked to be in sync, but then Cassini showed up, the satellite, not the man because he's dead. The satellite showed up, and the data from Cassini showed that the two planets are not exactly in sync. And so in 2022, astronomers actually suggested that a lost moon that they named Chrysalis was a probable explanation for Saturn's current tilt. This moon once orbited the planet for billions of years, contributing to Saturn's resonance with Neptune.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this syncness that you were saying in
Is
physics
resonance.
would be called resonance.
Yes, and please,
Like-
for those of us who wouldn't be able to explain resonance to anybody else, would you
So-
please give a description
So
of resonance?
basically, the best way to describe it, I guess, or the most simplest way is if you have
It's fine. It's a coaster.
if something is in resonance,
Not in residence.
not in yeah, if let's say for example this object goes around the sun 3 times, the other object will go around twice, and so it's like a 3-2 resonance.
All
So
Oh, Jack, you're messing up our camera.
I was wondering what was going on.
yeah, it's because Jack is trying to mess around with Leia.
Excuse me.
He's trying to get the ear, and now Leia's going to come over here. But anyway, so I guess it's like the simplest way to explain like kind of like a resonance, and it's all like gravitational and things like that.
So there is a relationship there
Yeah.
between Saturn and Neptune, and so then astronomers then in the past were like, okay, this is what this then had an effect on Saturn's tilt.
I just think that I just would have thought that Uranus would have played a bigger role also.
Well, it's off gassing around. So new research, it hypothesized that the event was not just like a moon grazing Saturn and then disintegrating, but a collision between predecessors of both Titan and Hyperion. So the lost moon, it collided with Titan, lost much of its mass, and that event would explain Titan's drifting orbit and Saturn's spin. And the gravity and mass of the lost moon then kept Saturn and Neptune in sync or in resonance, and only its disappearance explains now why they're slightly misaligned.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Cool. Food for thought. Planet for thought. So the paper was published in February. It postulates that Titan's surface is as young as 300 million years old based on the lack of impact craters, and it lends credibility to the collision scenario. What's going to be really exciting, though, is the Dragonfly mission is the best way to test this theory by sampling areas of Titan's surface. This mission will launch in 2028 and will arrive at Titan in 2034.
Please happen.
So hopefully we're all still here by then.
Yeah, right.
So according to Carl Murray, an emeritus professor of mathematics and astronomy at Queen Mary University in London, who is not involved, he's not involved in the study, but he says it's a bit like CSI Saturn. We have a clear forensic evidence that something unusual has happened, but until Cassini, we were effectively only dealing with a snapshot of the crime scene and left trying to deduce possible culprits. Someone's a true crime fan.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, very interesting. And I think this also shows why it's so important that we send spacecrafts to planets in our solar system and have spacecrafts there studying them, because we can gain so much more information and learn and understand the formation of our solar system, the planets that are in our solar system, better than just looking at them through telescopes, because there's not much you can gain from just that method. And the Cassini spacecraft, which was at Saturn for God, how many years? 2004
Not
to
enough.
Yeah, right.
2017 or something. Yeah, definitely.
I'll get it for you.
Not enough. But the data that we have for it is just, we've learned so much about.
Oh, they're still looking through the data.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just so much data that it's gonna take decades to parse through it, and it's gonna be a continual resource of study.
Almost, it was 1 month away from 20 years. October
Wow.
15th, 1997, September 15th, 2017.
Nice. So exciting. So we'll see what comes to that. But you know what? It makes sense. I mean,
I'm sorry. 13 years, 76 days of Saturn.
That, that they already had the hypothesis that a moon disintegrated and formed the rings. It's very plausible that a moon collided with Titan, and it could have been smaller and formed, and then that caused a bunch of shit.
To me, this kind
a
of falls
chain
into the same
reaction
thing.
of,
It's still wild to me that moons colliding outside of Saturn, it caused it to tilt 26 degrees. Like colliding with a planet, I completely get changing the tilt, but just orbits changing the tilt's wild.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Well,
Gravity, space.
I mean, yeah,
physics.
gravity.
I don't know, man,
Also,
gravity.
there's like resonance with
Gravity would be wild.
there's resonance with Neptune apparently that's playing into this. But if you look at Uranus was gravitationally hit by something and it tipped over on its side.
Yeah.
So
It's totally sideways.
I mean,
But
yeah.
something directly hit Uranus versus something, a moon's colliding and that affecting this huge gas giant. But I guess everything has an effect. And Titan's not small. Again, Titan's bigger than Mercury. It's about half the size of the Earth. So it's a fairly dominant object in Saturn's, planetary system.
Mhm.
Right. I mean, it also depends on like how this thing is coming in. I mean, physics is physics. Physics is physics, and so it's
Physics is physics.
Yeah, and so it's like a big thing of billiards, right? And so a ball
Billiards?
comes in, and even though I know that Saturn is not, you can't actually just say that Saturn is a solid pool ball.
No, you
but
can't hit it with a cue stick.
No, I mean you can, but
Well, you're just gonna.
So, but yeah,
fun.
no.
All right, now this next article that I have, I thought it was interesting because it's more about kind of the importance of just ground-based telescopes or telescopes in general and the contributions that it can have on just a nation or a society. So a study finds that the Subaru telescope, which is located in Mauna Kea in Hawaii, the Subaru telescope, that papers doubled world average citations in early years. So that its contribution to new science, to scientific papers, was wild. So the Subaru telescope, it generated many internationally influential results and significantly enhanced Japan's global visibility in astronomical research. So it's basically put kind of Japan on the map in terms of their contributions to astronomical research. It began its operations in Mauna Kea, on top Mauna Kea in Hawaii in 1999, and has, like, contributed to a plethora of discoveries from, galaxies, stars, exoplanets, what have you. Just the gamut of astronomy the Subaru telescope has contributed to. It is one of the world's leading optical and infrared telescopes. So basically the scientific success, it also equates to how widely the research results are cited by other scientists, reflecting their influence and importance within the global scientific community. The study author is Dr. Hideaki Fujiwara of the Frontier Research Institute for Interdisciplinary Scientists at Tohoku University. So he basically put together a comprehensive bibliometric analysis using international publication databases. And if this is not the most nerd-ass thing to do, super nerd level study right here. You're doing a study on other studies.
Yeah.
So we examined peer-reviewed astronomy and astrophysics papers that were published between 1996 and 2007, and he identified those that were based on the Subaru observations and comparing them with Japan-wide global publication trends. His findings demonstrate that research using the data from the Subaru telescope gained remarkable international visibility and influence, and it elevated the Japanese astronomy in the global its global standing. And so Japanese astronomers gained greater access to global research networks and, like, projects and everything like that. So the article basically sums it up that it underscores the broader importance of large-scale scientific infrastructure and major research facilities such as Subaru. They're not just like engines of discovery, so like what we use to discover stuff, but they're powerful drivers of a nation's scientific visibility, competitiveness, influence, and so forth. So there's actually
Awesome.
like a sociological, anthropological, whatever the words are, effect on a society.
We
Yeah,
call that increasing soft power in politics.
Increasing soft power. There you go.
You see it in India. Last time I was in India, it was shortly after I think they had landed on the moon or something with something, and just the sheer national pride with it was off the charts.
Can we have like a UN, but it's like for space? It's like a global
I think that's called
space
the
agency.
The UN has a space sector to it.
The UN has a space sector to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but can we like maybe
Like that's where
instead of having everybody has their own space agency, we just have one global space agency? Can we all work and get along together?
I think
love
first,
the idea.
yeah, we have to fix the other shit first.
I'm reaching too far.
As of the other day, we're not doing very well with that.
We're not doing great working with. We're not getting past kindergarten. We're not graduating kindergarten at this rate. We need to learn to share.
Maybe we should give an Artemis update.
We're failing the sharing, and
we're failing it all.
I mean,
this is hangover territory right here.
One of the reasons why we don't like sharing space technologies, for example, back in the 90s, we had a commercial satellite that was launching on the Chinese rocket, and China, it crashed. Like, oh no, they blew up. Sorry, but turns out they had actually taken the satellite apart to steal some things, and then they blew it up basically on purpose. So we don't work well with other people on occasion.
All right. Maybe Artemis is what we talk about now?
Nope, that's not what we're talking
All right,
about. We've got a couple more.
time.
No,
Looking at time.
I don't care about the time. Here's
Well,
where we go.
you
Astronomers
always complain
discover an
about time.
exoplanet in the wrong place, hinting at a planetary system that was born inside out. It's the inside out belly button of space.
Yeah.
So this is from Smithsonian Magazine. A cool and faint red dwarf star, LHS 1903, 116 light years away, has 4 planets. One is close to the star. The next, a rocky world close to the star. Then two planets that are gassy worlds closer to the star. And then a rocky world farther from the star than the gas giants. What the fuck is going on? That's weird. That's out of normal. So the study co-author...
It's not a normal end of what we see in our solar system.
Yeah. So study co-author Andrew Cameron, who's an astronomer at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. Sorry, I apologize. I just can't help myself. That something weird happened to the 4th planet. Something weird was going on.
All right.
And computer simulations, they typically demonstrate that a planetary system's innermost members are rocky because the host star energy blasts away their atmospheres. Okay, we see this with like the solar system and everything like that. With our own solar system. Whereas gas giants, they tend to, form at greater distances in colder areas where that gas can build up. So from TESS data, and TESS is the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, computer simulations took the TESS data on the system, and they came out with that the weird planet may have actually formed without an atmosphere.
Oh, it's a little preemie planet.
A little preemie. Oh. Little buddy, a little preemie buddy. And so this outermost planet actually formed millions of years after the innermost ones, where there wasn't that much gas and dust for the planet to form from. Now, this could be an anomaly, or it could be the first sighting of an previously unobserved planetary system dynamic, which is really neat. It's really fun. It's fun to find weird shit out there,
right?
That defies what we expect, because then it's like, oh, hey, we don't know anything,
right?
Let's learn more. So it just adds, more data to planetary formation, and that we're just really kind of scratching the surface of planetary systems and how they form and how they evolve and what is going on, which then of course trickles down, into things like, life in these planetary systems and how life could arise and the conditions that are needed and blah, blah, blah. There's so many different factors that go into how planets can form, based on the parent star and the conditions of that first cloud of dust and gas. So fun times. Okay. Our next, I know you're really, you're getting so.
It's just too many stories.
It's too many stories.
Anyway, continue.
Okay. We got a big Artemis update too.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll do this one more. I'll skip the last one.
And she even added one. She added one.
Oh, I forgot about the one that I was going to add. Okay,
yeah,
I'll
why
just
don't you do that one?
I don't even have that. I just saw the article headline and I was like, oh my God, that's cool. Okay, so just because cool picture wise.
Yeah, go with the picture.
Here's the picture. NASA Space Telescope gets first clear X-ray image of sun-like star blowing a bubble. This comes from the Chandra X-ray Observatory. The star is HD 61005. It's a 100 million year old star, so a young star. It's 120 light years away. Now, it has, because it's so young, it's very tumultuous, it's acting up a lot. It has a stellar wind that's 3 times faster and 25 times denser than the sun. So it's the surrounding interstellar environment is also 1,000 times denser than our surrounding interstellar environment. It's nicknamed the Moth. Because of the wing-shaped debris disk. Yeah, it's beautiful. And this is an infrared light, mind you, this picture. So the dust is actually sculpted by its motion through space, and it's essentially just a window into, our early solar system. How stellar winds shape planetary environments and could influence habitability and all that. So I just thought that was a fun, gorgeous picture.
It was very pretty.
That was worth. Oh,
and
I don't know why we're drinking. but I guess go for it.
Drink to the picture.
I guess I'll have my first alcohol sip of the episode then.
Okay, the last article, which I'm just going to read the headlines of, okay, because I just saw it and I didn't have time to look at it, but the Rubin Observatory's alert system sent 800,000 pings on the first night. So it's set up to basically have an alert system that sends out automatic notifications when there are changes in the night sky. 800,000 alerts.
That's a lot of Slack messages
going on, right? Can you imagine? So exciting stuff that
it's like an all hands for me and Brandon.
Oh yeah, just everybody, yay, good job! Oh, amazing! Yeah, I get it. I think all staff meetings are like that. So go
Artemis.
Rubin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. How do you get? Wait a minute. How do you get on that list though?
I mean, you
gotta be scientists, right?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
just regular people just getting Rubin alerts, like
that would just.
I think you can go look at what the alerts are and stuff.
Right, but you know, that would be like the middle of the night, just getting all those alerts. That would make me happy. I could get behind those.
There's such an active universe happening.
Yep.
All right, Artemis 2 update. Boop, 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 boop. Take it away, Brandon.
So many things happened with the Artemis program, and just this last week.
It's going great.
It's going back to the BAB first of all. So originally we had a launch window, I think in a couple days actually.
Yeah.
However, NASA discovered another leak. This time it was helium coming out, which is kind of important. So they're rolling it back to the VAB. That obviously is going to push the launch window back. This time it's now April 1st through 6th. Where they hit that time, I don't know, because when you roll back to the VAB, you're basically resetting a lot of things. So we'll see. Hopefully April, we'll see. But the other big things that happened to the Artemis program is that basically that episode we did in the Artemis program, it's wrong.
So don't check out our episode.
No, it is.
I almost put that in the notes, but I wasn't sure if everything we said was just bunk now.
No, a lot of it is still correct. The history was right, the technical specs, all this stuff is still good.
That was all right. It's just outdated.
It is very outdated.
We just
did it, and it's already outdated. Check out our episode on time.
All right, so
I mean, it was funny. Brandon messaged me the other day and was just like everything. It just is just wrong now, and it's just. I was like,
so
funny.
What changed? An intrepid audience member may ask. Well, for one thing, Artemis 3 is no longer a lunar landing mission. So originally, Artemis 2, which has not changed, was going around the moon, people in it. Great. And Artemis 3 was landing. Not happening anymore. So Artemis 3 is...
Artemis 3 astronauts are like, God damn it.
Right. So Artemis 3 is going to herald back to the Apollo days when it's going to be a test of systems. So they're going to launch in Orion, and they're going to dock either with SpaceX's Starship or Blue Origin's new moon. Yeah, something like that. So they're going to make sure that they can dock in orbit with whatever system will be chosen in 2028. So either SpaceX or Blue Origin. And then Artemis 4 will then be a lunar landing mission. And that will be, again, hypothetically, before 2030. So what this means is a couple things. One is they are now standardizing the Space Launch System. No more will they have the exploration upper stage, which was another third stage that was super strong, basically. Sorry, I'm on a struggle bus today, so my words are not making sense.
We get you.
So that's been in the works for 15 plus years now. A lot of money thrown its way. They're scrapping it, and they're just sticking with the ICPS upper stage for the Space Launch System. They're also scrapping the second mobile launcher because that was being fitted for the EUS, which is good because that was hundreds of millions of dollars that no one really thought about before they realized, oh, the current mobile launcher doesn't fit with the EUS. So, okay, that works out.
Okay.
What else happens? I don't know, more things happen, but this is good because this will actually hypothetically speed up Space Launch System production. So typically it would take 2 to 3 years of building one of these rockets because everything's all customized on it. Now the cadence is going to be every 10 months. So much, much faster for the SLS, probably saving that program, which is great.
That's good.
Yes. So that allows more missions, more rockets to be built. Hypothetically, this all works. This is the 16th time, I think, in 16 years that the mission has changed. So we'll see if this fucking sticks. But it's
that's like
being, it's
that's just the feeling of just everything right now.
yeah. But overall, this is being received well by everyone, which is rare and good. So fingers crossed. We'll
Okay.
see.
All right. Well,
This has just been such a downer to this episode.
I'm sorry.
I mean, no.
Fine. You know what?
The
Hey.
world is on fire.
Well, I'll go back to the notes. I got it up real fast before
That's
we
the
get to
way
the
I like it
hangover.
because I never get bored.
Before we get to the hangover and talk about the Martian, that the ESA, European Space Agency, has greenlit the Ramses mission to meet up with the Apophis asteroid that's going to make a
hell
close
yeah.
flyby
Hell yeah.
of the Earth in 2029.
Why can't it hit us?
It's
What if that's what Ramses is
even-
going to do? Ramses is
even
going to collide with
Apophis.
it and just push it right in a keyhole.
even Apophis doesn't want to get near us. It's
You know,
like,
it's
nope.
funny. Like earlier, you made some sort of comment. Like it was something like, "Oh, if we last that long," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, Apophis, do your
know.
job, buddy.
No,
do your
it's
job.
not.
Take us out."
Apophis is an asteroid the size of a cruise ship, so decent sized asteroid. I mean, you know, if it's gonna have impact power, it's gonna pass between, and you're gonna have to Americanize this, 32,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface on April 13th, 2029.
That's 20,000 miles.
20,000
miles. Yeah.
miles is pretty. It's a little close. It's
It-
pretty close. I mean, it's not gonna hit us, but it's pretty fucking
20,000
close.
miles. Yeah, it's
be
about
able to see
1/10 the
it.
distance between the Earth and the Moon.
You'll be able to see it with just your eyes in a dark sky. So ESA is going to have the spacecraft rendezvous with it
Rendezvous.
when it's passing by, and it's going to measure how the tidal forces, how Earth's tidal forces alter the asteroid's rotational state, and like possible quakes, asteroid quakes, and landslides and shit
quake,
like
yeah.
occur on the asteroid. So it'll be able to show kind of like a before and after view of Apophis before its close approach to after its close approach to the Earth. And actually, NASA is redirecting the OSIRIS-REx mission that took the samples of Bennu. They're now, and I don't know why they have to rename it when they redirect it, but they're renaming it to OSIRIS-ATLAS. But it's going to meet up with Apophis after it flies by Earth, just because it can't get there in time.
Right.
And then
That's
do a
cool.
little bit of a study on it.
And when does
there.
Apophis get here?
April 13th, 2029.
Hit
And I believe that's
us,
Friday.
Hit us.
I'm pretty sure it's
Is
Friday
it a Friday the
13th, too. Yeah.
13th?
I remember
Oh,
talking about
man.
that in the planetarium, how it was Friday the 13th.
And that's just a day before Titanic hits the iceberg, so a lot
Dear
going
Lord.
on. A lot going on. Anyway, so that's something to look forward to, other than the regular doom and gloom we got going on. So, if you're hanging out on the Earth in March 2026, go outside at night, check out the big dog Canis Major, look for Sirius, the brightest star in the nighttime sky, marvel at the other wonders out there, check out Jupiter and Saturn up there
It is
as
a
well.
Friday.
It is a Friday.
Yeah.
Cool. And, just, be good.
Root for the asteroid.
Love each other.
Stay safe.
Stay
Stay
safe.
healthy.
Do
Because
your
I did
things.
this in the top of the episode I was gone. My drink's
Oh,
name.
yeah, your drink!
Yes. So I have my sweet bun tea, which is called. Oh no! It's not.
Okay, go
First
ahead.
one is my whiskey drink. It's called Life is Chaos, and then my tea, sweet bun hot tea, is Be Kind. So Life is Chaos.
I like
Be
it.
kind.
I like it.
Yes, definitely.
So thanks for joining us, everybody, on this episode of Cosmos of Cosmos, High in the Sky for March 2026. You can follow us on all the things Cosmos with Cosmos. And joining us for the hangover, check out our episodes of The Shot. But we'll see you next time, everybody.
Resist. Love each other. See you in 2 weeks. Cheers.
Bye. If
Bye.
you're with us now, stick around for the hangover. We will be right back with Cosmos to Cosmos Book Club on The Martian.
I gotta go read a book. What?
This cheese is not going to go well with my Clover Club.
Well, no.
Good one.
Did you pour yours? All right, you were able to.
I
get
poured
it
my
over.
second one, yes.
I-
Welcome, everybody, to The Hangover with Cosmos. With Cosmos.
Sometimes the top sticks.
Oh, it did stick. Did you not
Yeah.
see me struggling here,
No,
like
no,
trying to
no,
open
no.
it? Yeah, the last episode I don't know what my kids are doing. I was trying to open our thing to refill, and I was like really struggling trying to get it open.
Yeah, when it gets real cold, things start to stick.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna talk about The Martian.
It's Cosmos with Cosmos Book Club.
And I guess only like my real question is, what the fuck was Andy Weir thinking? It's just none was right.
So our book club episode this evening is on The Martian by Andy Weir. Mike, tell us your first impressions of The Martian by Andy Weir.
Oh, I mean, I loved it. I do like. I've read 2 Andy Weir books.
Me too now.
Yes,
Amaze.
The Martian. Amaze. All right, so short.
You don't need to
story.
explain it, just whatever.
No. Short story, detour, whatever you want to call it. We do the Wordle. I cannot wait to get to day 365 so I can stop doing the Wordle. But anyway.
You're not going to do the Wordle again?
I know. I need a break. It's just too much that I have to think about it every single day because everybody's doing the Wordle. You
don't have to do it every day. You do it when you want to do it.
It's too much. But also...
It's good for your brain.
But also, like, I'm at 240 days, and so now it's like I have to hit 365.
I'm at 185 days. This is my longest by far streak.
So anyway, I don't know what the word was. I cannot remember. But there was a chance the word was going to be amaze.
Yes, and I tried amaze.
You did.
I did.
And I was like, oh my God.
I hope this is it.
Yep. So it was... But anyway, Hail Mary, one of them, excellent book. Read it.
Read it. Movie comes out March 20th, 2026.
But even if the movie did not come out, read Project Hail Mary. But
You'll be amazed.
The other one also in a movie is The Martian. And so the book follows these intrepid astronauts. They land. They're not the first to land on the moon. I mean, on Mars. But they do land on Mars, and a dust storm comes up, which is not uncommon for Mars.
Yeah, dust storms all the time. Mars dust devils.
These can be planet-wide dust storms sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But for the plot point, the dust storm knocks this thing over and impales.
It fucks up the mission.
It impales Mark Watney.
Ultimately leaving him stranded on Mars while all the others were able to escape, but they didn't want to go back well, they couldn't go back for Watney because they needed to get out.
And they also thought that he was dead because in all honesty...
Because he was impaled.
He's impaled, but also the little watch thing that they wear.
Yeah, it was broke. So
it broke, and it showed that there was no life signs, and so it became you have to get off,
which is protocol. They were following protocol.
Right. So, do you protect everybody else in your group, get them off the planet, or do you go back and get Watney, who is or may not be dead? But anyway, they chose to leave and that type of thing. So, my only issue with the book. And then it becomes a story of how Watney gets off Mars and all that kind of stuff. And Andy Weir is really good about...
It's a story of sarcastic survival.
Wait a minute. What?
It's a story of sarcastic survival.
I thought you said sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very sarcastic. Yes. And so it is a story about how Watney gets off Mars and gets back to Earth. And it is very sarcastic. It's great and all that kind of stuff. And Andy Weir does a really good job about, looking at the science and stuff like that. But he needed a plot point. He needed something to start the story. And so that is where this dust storm comes in. It knocks this thing over and it impales Watney, and the story goes south from there. Before it goes north and everybody gets home and everybody's happy.
Spoilers.
Yeah. And so my only issue, and I understand why he did it, is that there was no way a dust storm would blow over this thing that is tied to the fucking ground and impale Mark Watney and all that kind of stuff. And that is because if you have 100-mile-an-hour wind on Earth, you have a hard time standing up.
It's gonna fuck some shit up.
It's gonna give
me wind PTSD.
It does, because we did have that.
I don't know if they were 100 miles.
Well,
per hour.
it sure seems like it. I've actually been in 100+ mile an hour wind, and it's difficult.
It's rough.
Hurricanes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm from
Hurricanes,
South Carolina,
and
folks.
Oklahoma had wind and stuff
Tornadoes.
too. Dear
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh.
And
I'll take earthquakes any day. They happen not that often, and I'll take them. They're a little bit, at least it's like a little roller coaster ride.
Yeah, so 100-mile hours here on Earth is a pain in the ass, but on Mars, what's it like, Mike?
8 miles an hour.
So nothing.
So, just
and that's because Mars basically has no atmosphere.
Right, its atmosphere
It's
is
a
what,
very thin atmosphere.
1% of the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah, so
something like that?
there's not a lot of pressure there to be blowing over heavy shit and destroying,
Yeah, so I used to say it's like if I think I've talked about the Martian and Planetarium shows or whatever.
Yeah, we've talked about it, especially in like Daylight Mars when we ran the show Daylight Mars.
And I had run across a great description for it. And if so what is it like to experience 100-mile-an-hour on Mars? 100-mile-an-hour wind on Mars. And it is if somebody takes a feather pillow and they hit you with it, but they hit you with the feathers, and so I'm gonna hit you, Snort!
And it's just feathers hitting you in the face.
And it's just the feathers hitting you.
That sounds wonderful.
It does sound wonderful.
That's kind of nice.
It does.
Yeah.
It's like
And so there's no way, but
we should look up and do what it would be on every planet.
Oh, that's really good. That's actually really good. Like 100-mile-an-hour on Venus would
Jupiter?
just kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Andy Weir needed that plot point
to have the whole story.
And to have the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And I've known
it
about that.
It is fiction for a reason.
Yeah. But what is it, the word that we ran across the other day, like describe someone as fiction? Because we talked about it. I looked it up, and it's in like science fiction.
What's the context?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the context
What
here?
is the context? Okay, it's like oh fuck.
Yeah, it describes the type of fiction.
Go through your search history.
It describes a type of fiction.
It's like situational.
I think it's called situational fiction.
Fiction, situational something. But we were like, what the fuck was that? Did we hear it on Jeopardy?
I don't remember where we heard it.
And we were like, what is that? And he looked it up, and it encompasses science fiction and alternate historical fiction and that sort of thing.
Okay.
But I can't remember.
Yeah, and I'm not speculative fiction.
Speculative.
But anyway, so he needed a plot point to start it, and it does it, and it's not in. That's not really rooted in reality, but the rest of it probably pretty much is. And, it really is this kind of an amazing story that probably would not happen in real life.
No.
And to that point about everything else being more or less accurate, Andy Weir himself was a computer scientist, and his dad was a particle physicist. So he had the science down. And as a matter of fact, when he was writing it back in 2008, he knew exactly which day it was Sol on Mars because of the orbital dynamics. So he had to know exactly where the planet was in relation to Earth, in relation to the sky, in relation to Phobos and Deimos, its moons. So he had a list of like days 1 through, 500 something odd, of exactly where Mars was at.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know that part of it, but
I
Yeah.
liked when so I appreciate well, I like that the character of Watney, and I relate to like the
with
sarcasm
the
and just
sarcasm,
being
yeah.
like, whatever. But I thought it was also fun when it was like he went and found uh uh was it Mariner? No, Sojourner.
Pathfinder.
Yeah,
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. I found Pathfinder and then used Pathfinder, and I was like, because it's like, oh yeah, you recovered like these lost little robots on
Hmm.
Mars that he then is finding, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yay, Pathfinder brought back.
Yeah, I remember because it was July 4th when Pathfinder
Hmm.
landed on Mars, and so we had an event at the planetarium. I mean, it's basically this little shoebox rover that's attached to the lander with its umbilical and stuff like that. It's like, how do you not fall in love with Pathfinder?
Well,
It's
it's
such a
like,
small, cute little thing. It'll go up to a rock and then go boop with its
Hey,
like this little mouth
loop it.
uh-huh.
part, and then it comes back out and it goes on to the next one.
Mhm.
And
It's like ingenuity. It's
yeah,
like those we just make things these little things we want to make them cute and lovable to
Yeah.
just
Yeah. I was also amused when he is traveling from his hab to the Artemis or Ares. Sorry.
Aries where
Yeah,
what.
to the Ares 4 mission. He thinks, wait, I'm only 300 kilometers from Opportunity. I could make a quick detour, pick it up, and nope, get home first.
I know. See, like that I would struggle with that because be like, "Oh my God, it's right there.
I can touch
I
it.
could go
Yeah.
get it."
Yeah, I really feel like Weir did a great job with,
Mhm.
just talking about just the science.
How realistic though would it be to like be able to grow potatoes though in that manner? I know
In that
asparagus can
manure.
grow on Mars.
Well, but it's not like
But
he's growing this outside. And it's not that you could go to Mars and grow asparagus outside. It's
that's
just
true.
you
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 couldn't
could
grow
put the
anything outside
asparagus
on
in
Mars.
the soil and then
Nothing's gonna grow
and then
outside.
something's gonna happen.
Mhm.
But no, I think all of that part is very realistic. Now the
Yeah.
question is, can you eat potatoes
Poop,
for
poop.
500
Can you
days?
eat poop potatoes?
Poop
You know,
potatoes,
when
yeah.
when I went to the premiere of The Martian, I brought a potato with me.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. All right, at the end of the day, you eating food is calories in, calories out,
Yeah.
right? And so, but I mean, that's not entirely the entire um uh the story because you do need certain vitamins and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
the thing
Mhm.
is that what allowed Watney to do the potatoes was that he had all of these vitamin pills that were sent and five other people went away.
Yeah.
Four
So
or
he
five
had
other people went away,
plenty
and
to.
so he had plenty of vitamins to get him through.
Hmm.
And you know,
Doesn't need nitrogen.
so the question is, could if you had the training,
Right.
could you do it? And but
Oh.
at the end of the day, when you blast off on Mars, can you get rid of all the shit on that little rocket that sent him up to rendezvous with whatever was it, the Ares or whatever it was that
Yeah.
was going to get
Yeah.
him. Uh, could you feel comfortable? Because I think that's a psychological thing. Is that we think, hey, windshields, that's going to protect us, right? And so I'm
Hmm.
How'd
blasting
that
off
goes?
Mars.
Well, motorcycles don't have windshields.
No,
Motorcycles aren't going 17,000 miles an hour.
right. And also, cars initially didn't also
But he's
have
also in a
windshields.
space chute, so that's your own windshield. You have your own personal windshield.
Yeah, and
It's
he
a
did
body
wear it.
shield.
He did wear it, but
He had to.
I think that there also is this like psychological.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, I think there's
Roller
this
coaster ride.
psychological thing of I to me this windshield is protection. And I've just removed it from a rocket that I'm gonna blast off. that I know that I am now traveling through the atmosphere, which is going to cause friction, which is going to cause all these eddies and turbulence within
I don't,
within.
it feels like at that point, after surviving years of all these different things that should have killed him, maybe like he's desensitized at that point. Like I should have been dead 16 times already by now. What's one more thing?
But that
It's
also
true.
would be more fun, at least of a death, than starving to death.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, so it's like, hey, I'll take, a fun blast off that could kill me
And
versus
you
just like
pass out pretty quickly too.
starving to death in a fucking Martian desert. Although,
Well, he wasn't. Go ahead.
to be the first human skeleton discovered on Mars,
I
I will
didn't even
fucking
mention that.
take that. Actually, that would actually be right up my alley.
That'd be
But
pretty cool.
didn't he actually mention that?
My
in the book
bones would
somewhere?
totally be in a museum.
Oh yeah.
It would be amazing.
And pointing out as well, he did mention that he's not going to starve to death. He's going to take a shitload of morphine and call it a day, basically.
Right. Well, I guess yeah, go out, feeling good.
Which would actually raises the question. All right, so if NASA came to you and said you're going to go to Mars, and hey, if you don't make it, how do you want to end it?
Ooh.
Would you do
That's
the
a
morphine?
plot point. That's a plot point in Hail Mary.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yes,
asked
it is,
each of
isn't
the
it?
they asked
Yeah.
each of the astronauts if something
Heroin?
goes wrong, how do you want to die? Actually, in that case, no spoilers. It's coming out soon. I'm going to hold off on that one. But yes,
Yeah. So would you pick like morphine and just kind of go to sleep, or
speedball, just shitload of speedball.
I don't know.
it's like just give me a bunch of fentanyl because it sounds like people with fentanyl just go to sleep. And their body just
And then
forgets to
act
breathe.
real crazy beforehand, and then
No, wait a minute.
Um,
No, fentanyl makes you go crazy. Obviously, I've
It's
never
like,
used fentanyl.
It's like super meth, right?
Oh, you see, I thought it was like.
maybe some bath salts then. Remember when
There you
bath salts
go.
were a thing?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was
Then
like.
you just
we
go
eat your
outside
face.
running around naked on Mars, and then you just freeze to
And
death.
eat people's faces,
Oh.
but
You can also just slightly increase your CO2 and go to sleep that way.
yeah.
I don't know if I want to go to sleep.
You'll be awake when you die.
No, I'll just
She
go
wants to be
jump.
awake.
I'm gonna go to Valles Marineris, and I'm just gonna jump off. What's my descent time?
Well,
What's my descent speed?
we'd have
Am
to
I gonna
figure
hit the
that out.
bottom in a smash,
Well,
or is it
It
gonna?
depends where in the valley you're jumping off.
I mean, I'll go to the highest point.
Well, all right, but you also have to be
No,
close
I
enough
got
to
it. I got it. Okay, so remember when you're little and you go to the park and you roll down the hill, a grassy hill, and you roll down it lengthwise.
Yes.
You roll down a grassy hill and it's the funnest thing. Used to
Mhm.
do it at Oak Hill Park, Alamo, California. Check it out.
Right. Okay. I was gonna say nobody knows that
okay,
reference, but
Go
all
up
right.
to the top of Olympus Mons, or as high as you can get because it does breach the atmosphere on Mars. Go out and then just roll down Olympus Mons. That's gotta kill you.
I mean, does it have that much of a? Because it's massive. I don't know how much of an incline it actually is. Like, can you roll?
The incline is not as big as you think.
Okay, if you get to the top though, you're reaching the atmosphere.
Right. So what actually might be quicker with
Can
the
you
Olympus
jump into
Mons
it?
is you just jump in the caldera.
Okay, so then I'll find a ring and I'll go to the top of Olympus Mons. I just want it to be dramatic in some way. I don't want to just
I
fall
mean, you can
asleep.
always just take your helmet off,
That seems
but and then your face will like
too cold.
and then freeze.
Seems too I mean, but would you preserve on Mars? Would you mummify on
Oh,
Mars?
of course you would. There's nothing.
Would it be instant mummification? So they're not finding my
Well,
bones.
Yeah, there's no
Sure.
bacteria to eat you.
You would just need to wrap yourself in gauze before you do it.
The first mummy ever discovered on Mars.
Not only the bones, it's
I wouldn't have
mummy.
gauze. I'd just be
And
like,
so,
toilet paper.
you know, but that's another thing is that you would not discover bones. You would discover the full-on body
Yes.
because
Yes.
because the bacteria, right? I mean, it's
I will
not.
go find like Spirit the rover, and I will recreate that Roman burial photo where the two people are like hugging, but it's just me and Spirit in an embrace, and then people will just find me like that, and then create
Meanwhile,
a story.
NASA's like, we're closing shop. We're never sending anybody to another because they're all like Liz. We're never doing this. Um, no, I think though that if you send hold on. No, all right,
I just
okay.
thought of another idea.
No, I know you did. And I'm gonna cut it off.
Collect
All right.
all the robots on Mars.
Oh, but you don't have a
And
rover.
position them around me as if it's been some sort of sacrificial.
That's kind of funny. Actually. You made me forget my point.
Okay.
No,
sorry.
I've forgotten it because you're. No, I forgot.
I'm sorry.
Brandon, what do you got?
Oh man, I got a lot of things. So I guess first of all, going back to how this thing was published back in 2009, he couldn't get any publisher to accept it, so he serialized it and on his blog published chapter by chapter to people to read it. And I was actually one of those people reading The Martian on his blog as it came out bit by bit.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
yeah, until
Holy shit.
he actually self-published it in like 2013, I think, to actually book
Wow.
form. Yeah,
And
and from there,
and then he got like a movie deal. You know, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the serialization. That's how they used to do it back in the day. Like Sherlock Holmes was all serialized.
Yeah. Now, I will say that as much as I enjoy The Martian, of course I love the movie. I think it's really fun, and I'm for me personally, why I'm more of a visual media I'm a visual learner, and so I tend to gravitate more towards like the movies and the TVs as far as my consumption than reading things. And it takes kind of a lot for a book to really kind of like stick in me or be like something that I'm like, oh my gosh, amazing or whatever. But I don't know. There was something about his writing style that I was a little bit like, to me. Like it wasn't necessarily like as much as I enjoyed it. And it's been a couple. To be honest, it's been a couple months since I finished it and us doing our book review.
Wait a minute, are you?
But I also so I am gonna say, since we're not doing a book club episode, or at least right now, on Hail Mary,
okay.
and not to reveal anything in Hail Mary, since that is a movie that's coming out, and we do encourage people to read that book. As much as I did enjoy Hail Mary, actually more than I thought I was going to when I started the book. And there's really only one reason for that, and that's Rocky. But
right?
the writing style and the main character personality was very similar to The Martian, and so it made it like kind of a little one-dimensional. I mean, I read Hail Mary after, so
right.
but it was just like when I was reading The Martian, there were some aspects of it that I was like, I felt like it wasn't like, I was like, it didn't seem like great writing to me, not as an experienced reader or like somebody that really should have any say on what great writing is, to be honest. But like there was like, I don't know, there was just something where I was like, nah, but I stuck with it and I enjoyed the book, and it was at the end of the day the overall story and stuff
the Hail Mary, The Martian, or both.
Well, when I started Hail Mary, I was like, oh, okay, it's a similar. I was getting a similar kind of feeling of when I was reading The Martian,
and to be fair, she did mention this to me.
I did.
And I think a lot of that's probably due to it being a journal form. You kind of at the discretion of the character themselves and how the character would speak and write, as opposed to whipping out your prose and having that kind of beautiful language thrown in. It's what is the character going to say and how's the character going to write. Like they have blurbs once in a while. There is one kind of section kind of interwoven throughout a couple chapters of looking at how a piece of fabric was made over time. And so that kind of steps up in the character's voice and allows the author to have more freedom in the writing style.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was with the journalistic style of that, because I actually identified with how Watney spoke and his personality, because I feel like, yeah, if I was in that situation, just based on my personality, I'd probably be like, dropping F-bombs and whatever in my personal journals and being very like irreverent and what have you. Whereas there'd be so many ridiculous puns and bad dad jokes in whatever journals that I submit
Hmm.
to log everything, so I liked the character. It was just something about the overall wide writing style that kind of occasionally would take me out of it, or I was like, like I was like, this isn't, I don't know, there was just something that was like, I don't know how to explain it, because I don't want to use words that are not fair to the
So
author or
it's
anything.
storytelling versus what you can call highbrow writing, highbrow literature. Like it's a great story, great storytelling, but no, I agree. It's not the
You know,
Maybe. I don't
silkiest
know
prose.
what.
to change gears a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so you know, this is the reason. All right, so The Martian is the reason why you send just the best of the best of the best of the best, to to the moon and to Mars.
Unless you have $1 billion nowadays, but that being said,
Okay.
continue your point.
Yes. And so because if you land on Mars and stuff goes south, if
You
you
need to
land on
have
the
somebody
moon
that can.
and stuff goes south, all right, no, because the moon's a little bit different. It's so much closer to us and stuff like that, and you could mount a mission that's so
Yeah,
much faster.
yeah.
So you got somebody who goes to Mars, the mission goes sideways. You have to have somebody who can think. Okay, all right. So all right, I'm gonna freak out for the moment, and then I'm going to take a breath
Yeah.
and then figure out what I need to do.
And it was somebody who has so he's a botanist, but he can also he has other skills that he can utilize that maybe aren't his strengths, but
Right.
you have to have
So,
somebody who's more well-rounded, even if
right.
they specialize
And
in
so
something.
they can think, okay, I can do this to get here, and these are things that I have to do. However, though, it's not just Watney that is on Mars or wherever. You have I can't remember her name, but she's watching the satellite feed,
Yes. I can
Mindy
picture
Park.
I can picture her in the
change.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, things have changed. And then you go to this higher up, and but you also need that higher up to be able to go, okay, this is she's seeing this.
Mhm.
We need to accept what she's
Yeah.
seeing.
Realistically,
That's the thing. Realistically,
if you have some young female,
all right, just not even bringing the sex into this. But yes, I agree
well,
with you 100%. I do agree with you 100%. But not even bringing the sex into this. It is, would this person way up here
listen to the person way down
listen to
here.
the person way down there? That's the
Probably
thing.
not in today's
Probably
NASA.
not.
Maybe
And
in
then,
2009 NASA.
but then also add in, she's a female. And then it becomes,
Definitely, then it's who knows.
I appreciated how they did Star Trekify that, and that it didn't really matter your race or gender. Like, your shit, you're going to be listened to.
no,
Yeah.
I agree with that, but humans are humans. And
But I
so
think the culture, well, I don't
And-
have any data to back this up, but I feel like or at least I want the culture of say
NASA to be different.
JPL,
NASA to be different.
to be like where they wouldn't listen to this, lower level, young
Female.
woman,
Yeah.
and she's saying, "Hey, look, I'm seeing this," and then
I do think that his response, the higher ups response was, because she did come in, there definitely is this hierarchy.
she probably wouldn't be kept in it for the fucking whole thing as long as she
Oh,
was.
I
It
don't-
probably would have been segued to
I
somebody.
don't necessarily agree with that, but anyway, that's different. But it was you do get a sense of hierarchy, and she was very like nervous in the beginning, and it had actually kind of stuck throughout, but um
Well,
and
she,
then
she had
but hold on, but then how you react to people above you when you're nervous, and that there's this like nervous speak that people do,
Mhm.
and they don't always get to the point, and he was like, you just get to the fucking point, what, baseline this for me basically is what it was, and she had to do that, and so I mean that was all, but even as you progress through the story, she did still there was still that hierarchy thing, but at least he listened,
yeah.
and that's how I feel like NASA should be, and I am going to say yes. This is how NASA's going to be, because I'm going to say NASA is above the fray for everything. I hope that
Mhm.
makes sense. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I do want to point out that towards the end of the book, when Mark's in dust storm on his rover, she's gets very flippant with her higher ups as well. She gets comfortable and she starts saying fuck and things like that. So she does grow into it later
Yeah.
on in the story.
So if you were on the Aries and you found out
Oh
that,
yeah, going back in a second.
right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
Yeah, because you really do have. If you're in charge of the Aries,
Well, especially if you're a captain. Yeah, you're.
you're in charge.
Yeah.
You hold all the
Well,
cards,
you're also holding the. I mean, the character herself is holding the guilt of leaving him
right?
behind, even though realistically and logically her decision was correct, and you know,
Yeah,
leaving
and they
Mark
did do a good job
behind.
with like the other people on the crew going, "Hey, look, this is you had to do
Yeah,
what you had to do."
even to the part when they were getting the resupply probe from China, they had a moment that this goes wrong. If we don't get this resupply, we won't have enough food for everyone to come back. So they made a decision a couple days ahead of time for the smallest member of the crew to survive, and everyone else would take those morphine pills, kill themselves, and she would last for X amount of time until she actually had to eat the bodies to fully survive coming back.
Yeah,
The Donner Party in space.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
mean
movie.
that's kind
There's
of
a
what it
movie
is.
that hasn't been done before.
The Donner
The
Party.
Donner Party in
Oh,
space.
oh, I bet
I mean, I'm sure that's
it
woven
has.
into some.
I bet
Now,
you it
Yeah.
has.
how
We just haven't seen it.
what are the maybe similarities or differences that would happen in like the real world in this situation, do you
Well, number
think?
one, it wouldn't have happened because wind
Well,
doesn't work that way.
okay, I know. Aside from
Yeah.
Mars's atmosphere not being able to destroy shit like this, but the situation not happening. But like, as far as the response of NASA and Ares and like the whole
Uh,
like getting
well,
trying to save Watney.
I can't speak to NASA. Oh, I would say that they would be figuring out a way
Well,
to save
I was
him.
just thinking
But
of in like in reality terms of today, like what do you think would happen if it was like, yeah, the mission went bad, they left somebody, somebody they think he, pretty sure he died and left him behind, but then they found signs he was alive. What would the reality be? Would we then,
mm,
go through all this to save
I
him?
bet I bet they would. I feel
Would they
like
let Ares know
oh,
sooner in order to have them start going back? Like,
I mean,
what would
so
that?
NASA would be all on board and sparing no expense to get this guy home. But
Yeah,
then there is the reality of ultimately
political,
it will be Congress, and what kind of Congress do we have at the time?
right?
The kind of Congress that wants to go shoot their dogs, or the kind of Congress that has some empathy and allowing NASA to have this emergency funds to go
oh,
get it.
the thing is though is I don't think you can have a NASA in this situation that is the Christy Nome NASA where you go shoot the dog, and it
I
is
mean, it is
because
PR. It's a PR issue,
no,
though.
it is political suicide to go, hey, Mark Watney can go fuck himself. He signed up for this, and so he can go die.
I don't
No,
know if there is political suicide today.
I
Clearly
think there is.
not. Clearly
No,
not.
okay, all right. We're looking at this in a mod like in
Well,
a
we.
Trumpian kind of
Hmm.
lens, and so I think like in a normal world,
Okay,
And
so in 2009.
I think like in 2028, Trump has had a heart attack because of Big Macs, and he's dead now. And you have
They'd pull a weekend at Bernie's.
yeah, what's his face? The vice president,
Vance.
Vance. Yeah. JD
JD.
shitfuck.
Yeah, JD.
JD
So I
asshole.
think that Trump is gone. Trumpism is quote unquote Trumpism is out the window now. I think everybody would be like, we have to go get Mark. We have to go get Watney. We have to figure out a way because there's no way that you can then go back to your constituents and go, no, it's a budget thing, man, because that's only going to resonate with a certain percentage, and
I
that
think
percentage is small. Your independents and your party that is not in power is going to be like, no, fuck you, man. We go after
well, I
Watney.
think the public, I would say that whether it was today, 2009, 2028, whatever, that the public consensus, if the finding out that, oh, he's actually alive on Mars and there's an ability to possibly rescue him,
You go
it
get
would
him.
be total support
But
to
Right.
go.
And
how long would the public be interested in care and have enough empathy? Like on
I
year 2, on year 3,
I
on year 4, when they go, we're spending too much money on this
no,
one
And
guy.
I
that's
think
Meanwhile, our
it
schools
would
are falling
because it
apart.
becomes reality
Well,
TV.
that's
This is the ultimate reality TV.
Wow,
This is the ultimate
that's
reality
actually a
TV.
fair point.
The Congress people, senators and representatives, they live on polls, right? And so the polls are always going to be bring Mark Watney home.
Yeah.
And Weir, whether he meant to touch on this or not, he touched on it with like CNN and stuff like that, with like the Watney report and stuff like that, is it becomes reality TV. And as we have seen,
Oh yeah, we
a
love
reality person is sitting in the White House right now. And reality TV, what is it that we watch? We watch The Traitors. We watch
Love The Traitors.
Love Island, Survivor, all of
You're
those
only
things.
saying caveat. He's only saying these things because we watch
We
The
just
Traitors and we
finished watching
only know
Traitors.
people from these shows from The Traitors.
Yes.
I would not
I
have
know
known
The
about
Traitors.
Love Island because
I know The Traitors. Everything else is like because I learned through Traitors.
No, I can see it. I see it the opposite way of the public losing interest over years and suddenly realizing we're spending way too much money and then the polls flip. But by that point,
but I want to say, and not to because I think we'll maybe touch on this when we do our book review of The Calculating Stars that we're reading now. But it is
You're reading. Brandon and I have to reread it.
We do have a this is like with climate change, okay, where it's like, oh, this is what's gonna fucking happen, but because it's such a slow over time thing, people lose sight and are like, why are we recycling? Why do we care about this? But yeah, because in 20 years the sea levels, or whatever the time frame is gonna have catastrophic effects on the earth, which we're already seeing due to wildfires and the tornadoes and hurricanes and blah 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 blah. But people don't. We are such an ADHD society, and I don't mean that in any disrespectful way to anybody who has ADD or ADHD, but it's just we're a TikTok. Things have to happen quickly for us to get the meaning of it. Versus
way of saying it.
Yes, please.
We are the MTV generation, and so MTV. All right, I am MTV generation. I am OG MTV.
Video kill the radio.
Exactly. And so for my generation, Generation X and beyond, everything 3.5 minute clips.
Right, yeah.
And it's just like that. And so I cannot see beyond this 3.5 minute clip.
Jim Butthole brought a fucking snowball into the fucking Congress.
He's not Gen Z. I mean Gen X.
I know, but just because where it's like, yeah, weather is different than climate. Climate is over a long period of time. So yeah, we do tend to lose sight of when things take too long and understanding long-term consequences.
We cannot see beyond the video that we're currently in.
Yeah.
And so we cannot see even though MTV is telling me the next video is the Beastie Boys. Hey, we've had so many new people on this one. All right, Leia, go lie down.
We got excited. We got excited. Leia's excited now. Or well, she's
you know, even though
excited.
MTV or VH1 is telling me what the next video is going to be, it's going to be the Beastie Boys Fight for Your Right to Party. You know, we can't see that because we're in Twisted Sisters. We're not going to take it.
Yeah.
Let me ask another question getting back to the book here.
Okay.
So
okay.
kind of related to this as well.
Okay.
Surely this would have cost billions more dollars to go rescue him between failing probes, building probes, more crew things, XYZ. Would NASA get punished later on? Like, hey, we just gave you guys an extra $16 billion in this year alone. In the coming years, you're canceling all these missions to make up for that. Do you think that would happen?
I mean, that's like what fucking Musk makes in a fucking month. So, like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, all right. Here's what I think. I think because the book doesn't touch on this, right? I mean, this is a very valid question. So, if I were NASA,
all of NASA, Mike George is NASA.
Or if I'm in charge of NASA, Watney comes home, photo op of him. And then he's here. Ticker tape
in
parade.
The next Marvel movie.
After he gets through, right? He's irradiated, so he's like
totally
the Fantastic Four.
Cameo in the next Marvel movie.
So I would be like, okay, Watney, I know in the movie you're teaching a class on survival with 2 astronauts, but this is what you're gonna do.
Keep your shit, people.
You're gonna go on a nationwide tour.
God, that's the worst.
And you are going to drum up support for NASA.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to do this for 2 years in a row. And you're just going to make it so that, like, the people in Congress can't take money from you to penalize those future missions.
Look, for me...
Brandon's like, this is not how
as a person,
works.
Personally for me, I'm like, NASA, take most of my money and then and then the rest go to, like, education and infrastructure and the things
healthcare?
Healthcare, the things that actually matter to human life. But I would say... Well, I would want to think, as much as I am the type of person that, like, hates people because we're the fucking worst species on this planet, that we would prioritize maybe a human life over other things that can come later and will come later. Because at the end of the day, it's not... Look, we have to eventually... develop physics to a point, or understand physics in the universe to a point where we gotta get off this fucking planet and move elsewhere, because the sun is gonna do the sun's thing, and it's not great for the Earth.
Right.
Or it's not great for human life on the Earth. I should put it that way.
Any life,
but
Got it. Yeah. So, the interesting thing is, like...
We have time to develop these programs for telescopes and to research and do the things. But also, I would say, the benefit of spending the extra money to save Watney is that somehow I feel like that would trickle back down into human spaceflight and development and those sort of things,
Right. I can't look at this without looking at this through a humanistic lens.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hate capitalism. I absolutely hate it. And so
What?
I know, right?
What?
I hope you still want to be married to me, but because I feel like it reduces decisions to money. And so, what is the difference between a lady who has cancer and Mark Watney? And if you reduce it to money, then we let them both die because it saves me money in the end. It's a very capitalistic way of looking at it. But I don't really, yeah, right? Thank you. Yes, I am a commie. I'm a socialist, damn it.
Democratic socialist. We just want free healthcare or taxpayer healthcare. Like, I'll pay more tax.
That's all we fucking want. But, this was not explicitly said in the book. And I'm not saying that Weir is making a comment on this, on society and stuff like that. But in the book, we stop. The world
The world
stops.
stops for
Hold on.
Watney.
We stop and we do everything for Mark Watney.
Mhm.
You know, everything, and there is cheers. There are cheers around the world. Hold on. When Mark Watney, and there's going to be a political statement with this. When Mark
What?
Watney, you know, is saved and all this kind of stuff, and everybody finds out. But the irony is that I think we would do that in the real world. Mark Watney is stranded. We must bring him home. We have to do that. We have to save Mark Watney, but we cannot save the person that's trying to come across the border. I told you there was going to be a political statement with this. You know, I
That's
think
because they don't speak English.
right. I think this book on The Martian puts a mirror up to our face, and we have to look at ourselves, but we do not see ourselves in the mirror because we don't realize that if we're going to do this for Mark, one person, we should be doing this for every other person in the
Okay,
world.
but I
It's
think
just
go for it, Brandon.
it's just like the issue they had with the Apollo missions with the famous song of Whitey's Going to the Moon. We're spending billions and putting, a couple of guys on the moon, celestial object, and ignoring guy crossing the board, the lady with cancer, ignoring
Right.
needs here.
Or just putting a fucking Tesla car into space.
Oh God,
which
fine.
is a total waste of money. But no, I think that there's like a hopeful.
I hope that made sense, by the way.
Yeah, there's a hopeful. It's hopeful in the sense of like the world unites around saving Mark Watney because this is a human being alive, stranded, alone. Like I think everybody can identify in some aspect of the what Watney's experiencing in a sense of like I'm a human. They can put themselves in his shoes and be like, I would want to be rescued, feeling the terror of being alone. And so it's like a unifying force where, like, is that something that would be a unifying force in actual reality of today's
I think it would.
2016
it would.
society where we say, fuck all these other things we had planned for this money. We're going to get this human being home, because
Right.
there's more to it than it just being just one person like
Right.
stranded.
I cannot speak for Apollo 1, but I can speak for Challenger. And I realized that in The Martian, Mark Watney makes it home, and in Challenger,
Yeah,
the
because it would be
Challenger,
a fucking depressing ass book if you didn't.
and in Challenger, they did not make it home. But I think that if there was, so the world stopped with Challenger, and it was devastating, and I, the world was, the world was divided into, the Western world, so the U.S., and then you had the Eastern Bloc, so the Soviet Union. But the world stopped for that moment, and we were all just one humanity, and we were all connected through these 7 astronauts that were on Challenger. And I think that if for whatever reason, the Challenger astronauts were stranded in orbit, the world would come together to get them home. I think at the end of the day, we see these people that are stranded, and we realize, I think fundamentally, we're all human, and
What?
right, and so we connect to people, and somewhere along the way we've kind of lost our way with this political rhetoric with shit. And political rhetoric, I'm not pointing in any direction right now at all, but political rhetoric will make you demonize some people and raise up others. And so, oh, Mark Watney, he's an American astronaut. We have to get him home. Blah 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 blah. He's a hero, right? But we fail to see that Mark Watney is everybody. And Mark Watney is on Mars, but Mark Watney could also just be somewhere in the jungles of Guatemala trying to go north, you know? And Mark Watney is everybody. And again, I don't know if Weir is trying to do this, and this is me adding on to Watney and Weir and
Well,
all that
that's
kind of
what
stuff.
books are for,
That is
is
what
for
books are
you
for.
to,
And is that we should be bringing everybody home. And Mark
no
Watney
man left behind, no woman
is
left behind, no person left
is
behind.
no person left behind. And I think NASA would do no person left behind. I really feel like you might have a NASA administrator that goes, no, we can't do this because of the money. And then you would have the Aries people go fuck
Yeah,
yourself with the
we're gonna
biggest
go.
dildo that you can
We're
find
going.
because we're going. And there's nothing that you can do to stop me
Yeah.
to do
Well,
it.
because at the end of the day, like Watney, the crew of the Artemis, or the crew of the the crew of the Aries,
You both have done it.
what have you? The people that work at JPL, the engineers, the physicists, the what have yous, that all these people, they're not. There's so much in our regular everyday lives where it's like such a like it's all divided by your like politics for some reason,
Yeah.
when politics doesn't define anybody, or at least it shouldn't be. And these are just people that are they do the a work of understanding the universe and trying to explore space with people, robots, etc. That it's not a us, there's no us versus them. It's just like it's an
all we.
us.
It's all us.
It's all us. And so I think that every astronaut that goes into space, they know that there is a possibility that they will die doing this, because you can't control every aspect of a rocket launch or how the technology is going to behave or what have you. But that doesn't mean that because somebody might be resigned to their fate or accepting these consequences of what could happen, that they've signed the waiver, so to speak, that we shouldn't have an effort of trying to save these people, because we all see the moon landings and all these space missions, the shuttle launches and everything. I haven't seen a shuttle launch in person. Obviously, I wasn't alive for the moon landings or anything like that.
What are you saying?
I love you. But this is humanity's hope and dreams in a physical form. We all are these are just all our hopes and dreams, and we want to save them and preserve them. And at the end of the day, most people on this planet are just regular human beings that are just trying to live their lives, provide for their families, survive, be happy, what have you, and so they want to, most people care about other people. Our limited scope of how things are just the few that happen to be in charge or dominating whatever, but most people are going to be like, we need to save this person or help this person because they represent everything we're aspiring to or what we want in life.
So would NASA's budget be cut in later years?
No, I don't.
Yes.
I mean, probably.
Yes, probably. Yeah. Definitely. It would definitely be cut because fucking politicians.
But I think it also depends on what's going on. But the thing is though, is I think we're forgetting about the reality TV of getting Mark Watney home. You are now introducing NASA, space exploration, and all of that. Hold on, to a group of people that would not have normally been paying attention to this.
Um,
What?
I just figured out our issue. I just figured out what NASA needs, what JAXA needs, what
Oh, you
ESA
do
needs,
not need to
at
what
strand
the world
somebody.
needs.
Do
But at the
not
same
say we're
time-
going to strand
Not
somebody.
stranding somebody. Here's what we need: traders in space. We need.
What?
This is how you get public buy-in: traders in space,
Traders.
traders on the moon, traders on Mars.
At the same time, you would think sending people to the moon would be amazing reality TV as well, but people stopped caring.
Well, okay, yeah, they stopped caring because it is oh my God. All right, so we listened to this podcast and it was basically they mentioned like shock radio, shock, stuff like that. It was last night as we were. And so, yeah, people get used to, all right, we've gone to the moon. What are we doing next? What's the next quote unquote shock value that we're going to do? And so, the problem is that space exploration doesn't operate that way. You can't just send somebody to the moon and go, okay, we're going to Mars now, guys. Let's do this.
But have people stopped caring, or is it just a lack of
It becomes blasé.
knowledge? Is it just a lack of knowing what's happening or what's out there, or science, like a lack of science communication, a lack of, is it a PR issue basically?
Well, okay.
Of people not,
All right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna be like all political and shit with this. Okay,
you're gonna be.
I'm gonna
political
come
just
from
now?
this. I'm gonna come from. Yes, I rarely bring my politics into
Never
this.
happens.
We have sent 12 astronauts to the moon.
12 men.
12 men.
White men.
12 white men. Okay. Have gone to the moon. There's that whole political aspect too. Okay, my gas is $4 a gallon because we just bombed another country.
Yeah.
And so how is it that I am to be excited about, at this point, 6 missions, even though it's really 7 missions, one of them really quite exciting, that went to the Apollo 13,
Right.
that went to the moon.
Tom Hanks.
With Tom Hanks, yes, Tom Hanks was
Apollo 13 with Tom Hanks.
That's what we ought to do. Is like,
and Russian parts, American parts, all made in Taiwan.
if you want to get somebody excited about like going to the moon, let's just send Tom Hanks to the moon.
Well, okay, but
no, because we don't understand, because NASA has not done a good job explaining how the Apollo missions now translate to me, or how the shuttle missions now translate to me.
Gen Z and Gen A and eventually Gen Beta understand that their ability to use TikTok is because of fucking space exploration, then more investment into space exploration, because that trickles down to the shit that they fucking want to use.
Brandon so wants this to be
He
over.
does. He's like,
I'm
Brandon's had
headache
a
and
long
dying.
fucking day.
Yeah.
We've gone on for quite a while on this, and it's deviated from where I ever expected our conversation about The Martian
Which
go.
I forgot we were talking about today. And, it was me who said we
final
gotta talk
question.
about it.
Final question. Would you go to Mars?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though
I like that.
Even though I get claustrophobic,
Yeah, you'd have a rough fucking time.
I would have a rough time. I would, at the end of the day, 9 months later, I would be able to step onto another world.
I'd go after the
And-
first 5 missions to Mars.
Okay, that's fair. But to be fair, also, Mark Watney was not on the first mission.
No, but
so it was others had gone before him, and
well, yeah, you can't account for the dust storms that are gonna happen.
but actually you fucking can. But anyway, I think I would. I would.
Yeah, because we know that the dust storms aren't gonna do shit to you, but throw a bag of feathers in your face.
Yes, I would go. I would go to the moon, because
you get a tickling sensation.
yeah, you would just not get anything. I and I don't know if this is a psyche. I don't know how like
Check
a
out the mission to
therapist.
Psyche.
I don't know how like a therapist would you know look at me now, but I distinctly remember as a kid
Hmm.
looking at Jupiter and going, "I wish I was there." Looking
You would
at
die so fucking fast on Jupiter.
I would, but I would not be home. I would not
I'd
be on
rather go
Earth.
to Io personally.
Yeah.
Die equally fucking
Looking
fast, but
looking at Beetlejuice, going, I wish I was there. But it was not
it's
so
gonna
much,
explode.
not so much of I have to get out of my house because I really did have a wonderful childhood. And I have great parents. It was, what is the world? What is the universe like
Yeah.
here?
Right.
This place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have grown up seeing pictures from Viking, from Pathfinder, from,
Venera.
well, Venera was,
Venus.
oh yeah, Venus. All right, I see what you're doing
Yeah.
there. And so I've always just like, what is it like to be there? And I would like to step foot on it.
I'll tell you one word what it would be like.
Cool.
Silent.
Yeah. Magnificent desolation.
So fucking quiet.
Thank you, Buzz Aldrin, for that. That is Buzz Aldrin all
Yeah.
the way. Magnificent desolation. And, I probably, if I was Neil Armstrong, I would set foot on the moon. I would say whatever the fuck I was going to say. And,
fuck authority!
fuck authority, everybody. And then I would just sit.
You just sit in all that regolith that's gonna stick to your fucking suit.
I
You're gonna
don't
bring that back
care.
into the capsule. You're gonna have regolith fucking
I
everywhere.
would sit and just take it in. It would be. I think to me.
Would you build a moon castle?
Maybe.
Fucking-
It would be kind of overpowering.
Yeah.
I think. And
Oh my god. I can't imagine just being an astronaut and being on the ISS and just seeing the perspective of Earth outside of being on Earth. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I would just be a blubbering mass
I would.
of human flesh at that point.
And
And it would discredit any kind of fucking...
You know what that's called?
What?
That's called the overview effect.
The overview effect. And I think that every single person on this planet needs the
to see it.
overview effect, especially those that are in charge.
Hey, Brandon,
of
what's the
this
quote?
planet.
What's the quote?
I want to grab a politician by the scruff of his neck and say, "Look at that, you son of a bitch."
Amen.
Amen. And with that, let's call it. Let's
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Exactly. Those are
This
the words.
episode on The Hangover for the book club of The Martian.
Which went on a wild ride.
Which we do in The Hangover anyway, because the alcohol has hit us after the main show, and here's where we are. So thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't read The Martian by Andy Weir, of course, read The Martian by Andy Weir. See
And
the
then Project
movie,
Hail Mary.
The Martian. We also recommend Project Hail
Mary.
Mary. And the movie will be out March 20th, apparently, 2026. So check that out. We will definitely, I think we should see it in theater for
I
sure.
thought we decided that's what we were
We'll
gonna
either
do.
be amazed or sad.
Amazed. I'm like, jazz hands. All right. So join us in 2 weeks where we talk about something. We will decide
something
what that
to be
is.
determined. That is not high in the sky for March.
Yes.
But of course, as always, go outside when it's clear outside and look up and just engage in the cosmos and look at the wonders that are twinkling out there.
Stay safe. Stay healthy. Resist. Cheers.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And apparently, since we stay on for a bit while I end the stream, bye.
Bye. Stay safe.